All right, hello everyone. So I am here for once again of kind of a shot from the hip attempt to watch the final of the ATP Nitto World Tour Finals. So Wayne and Chia, if you're out there, let me know if this is clear because my internet connection. All right, looks good. Let me know if it gets all shady because this internet connection here is really quite awful at times. So if it starts to get little blocks and pixels in my face, looks like you had a bad night out or something and you're delirious, then let me know. So I just watched the doubles, and I tell you what, Air Bear and Mayhoot, they make a really good team. They almost won it last year, and I think they lost to Mike Bryan, or was it Bob Bryan and Jack Sock? I forget, but that was really good doubles. Mayhoot and Air Bear look really good, and good for Mahout to still be out there playing. He's been a journeyman for a long time, been on tour for a long time, and for Mahout to still be winning tournaments is really incredible. Mahout's a really good guy. You think Mahout and so you think France will be the favorite at the Davis Cup? Is that what you mean, William Chia? I could see that because again, it's a team sport. They have great depth, so they would have if France is going to win the Davis Cup, then you would have Air Bear and Mahout for doubles. You would have Benoit Pierre playing singles. I'm guessing you would have Gao Monfils playing singles, and then maybe you would have Nicholas Mahout playing singles as well. And they play, yeah, you hit it on the head right here. They likely play Serbia in the round robin. Who's playing for Serbia? Djokovic isn't playing, is he? You have how about Victor Troicki? Am I way out in left field? Serbia has only Lajovic and second player. How about Kekmanovic? Doesn't Mormir Kekmanovic? I know they have Lajovic, which you indicated here. Djokovic is playing Davis Cup. Okay, so that is a big deal. Well, good for Tipsarevic is playing Davis Cup as well, and Troicki. So Serbia has depth then too, because you have a good player in Kekmanovic, you have Lajovic, you have Troicki, you have Tipsarevic, you have Djokovic. So yeah, they do have a big time chance. So who does Spain have though? Spain have depth as well? I'm not quite sure there, but I think France is a potential Davis Cup champ for sure. But did you watch the doubles? Did anybody watch the doubles? The doubles was really good to watch. The doubles was incredible, actually. The way that Air Bear and Mayhout played the entire tournament. I don't even think they dropped a set, did they? I think they won I think they've won like 18 straight matches or something like that. Thanks, Wayne Chia. Rafa, Carreno Busta. Yeah, Air Bear did win. Air Bear and Mayhout won. They beat Klaassen and Venus. And they played a good tournament as well, for sure. So right now I've got a college challenger match I'm watching. And actually Peter Korda's son, Peter Korda, if you remember Peter Korda, his son plays. So I'm watching Peter Korda's son play currently. So the Tsitsipas and Thiem match begins relatively soon. So I'm guessing for that match, the best way, remember who? Remember him. Did Air Bear win? Yeah, Air Bear did win. Air Bear and Mayhout won the doubles. But for the TM Tsitsipas match, the only thing I'm looking forward to in this match, honestly, is to find out which player gains an offensive position first. Oh yeah, I do remember Peter Korda. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Peter Korda was definitely a journeyman, and his son has got potential. I don't know if you've seen his son play, but Peter Korda's son is a good player. So right now he's playing. I think I want to say it's in Illinois. This challenger, I can't quite tell you where the challenger's from at this point. But for the TM Tsitsipas match, you're going to have a lot of backhand to backhand rallies, backhand to backhand, a lot of slice backhand to backhand. And it's going to be whoever wins the match between Tsitsipas and Thiem, I think, is going to be the one who finds the backhand down the line consistently with pace, and I think that will dictate who is going to win that Thiem Tsitsipas match. They both are one-handed backhand players, so there's going to be a kind of a gestation period to feel one another out, and whoever can get in an offensive position and pull the trigger on that backhand down the line once they find themselves cross court to cross court. I think that will dictate who's going to win the match. And if someone said, let's say Thiem gets out there and gets into these backhand, cross court rallies, and let's say Tsitsipas finds the one hand crank up the line for the winner. If he can do that consistently, and then throw in some droppers there, back into the ad court, then I think that's a good recipe for a win. How do you overcome that if you're caught backhand to backhand, and someone's finding the up the line consistently? The best thing to do is just get offensive and start moving your opponent laterally, wait for the short ball, and come in and attack the short ball. So we'll see what happens. We'll see a lot of backhand to backhand for sure. I think Thiem will win, but I hope Tsitsipas wins. It will be very close though. Number 5 versus number 6, not much of a margin. I think it's actually a coin toss, Wayne and Chia. I definitely think it's a coin toss. This is an important match, though. I normally don't get terribly excited about any type of match at the Nitto ATP Finals. And let's be real. Why would I say that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like the last 40-something, maybe even 50 majors have been won by basically 3 players, but you have to throw in Del Potro, you have to throw in Wawrinka in there, and you have to throw in Andy Murray, because there was a handful of majors that were won by different players. But the large majority of majors in the last long time have been won by the majority or by 3 players. What's our Wild Live 1? Let's go. Let's get down. Let's go. Still stuck here in this chair. So again, I don't really do this type of live thing too much for a lot of reasons. One, our internet connection here is whack. It hardly ever works. So every time Carla and I try to do one of our normal kind of shows, we get into the live aspect of it, and about 10 minutes later, it's all people are like, we can't see you, we can't hear you, your face looks like the movie Pixels where Adam Sandler was like shooting Hubert and they're breaking apart in cubes. So if that happens, just let me know. But back to what I was saying, the last 3 or maybe 4, I think the last 4 ATP finals have been won by 4 different people, I think. You have, who won it last year? I forget who even won it last year. Zverev won it last year. This year you're going to have Tsitsipas or Thiem. The year before that and the year before that, I forget who won. But I think the last 4 after today will have different winners. So if the level of competition was equally as good, why is it that the big 4 or the big 3 aren't consistently winning this either? I mean, isn't that room for discussion? I mean, think about that. Let's say, how many majors did Wawrinka win in the span since the big 3? He won a French and an Australian. Is that correct? Wild Live 1 just did the facts. Murray won it in 2016. Dimitrov 2017. Last year Zverev won it, and this year you're going to have Thiem or Tsitsipas. So good fact drop right there, and Wayne M. Chia just backed it up with correct. Absolutely. So how is it that the last? Okay, let's again. I don't know the exact number, but let's say we have 45 majors. We had Del Potro that won 1 US. We had Murray that ran off 3 majors. I think 2 Wimbledon and a US. And then we had Wawrinka that won a French, and I already said that. So who am I missing? Murray 3, Wawrinka 2, and Del Potro 1. So 6 majors out of, say, 50 or whatever have been won by 3 guys. Yet at this tournament that we are about to watch the finals of, you have 4 different winners in the past 4 years. So to me, that just, again, is a prime example of why some of these tournaments at the end of the year are not intended for the highest level of tennis from the guys that are trying to rest up for the Australian Open, whose bodies have more mileage on them. I mean, why would they? I mean, what do they need an extra $1 million on top of 160 million sitting in the bank? and then another double that with their sponsors, etc. So I'm glad it's Thiem or Thiem and Tsitsipas in this match for sure. Totally glad because their bodies are fresh. They need these match wins. They need the confidence going into next year. But don't be fooled just because Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer are out of this ATP finals. I can assure you that when the Australian Open comes around, Djokovic, Nadal, and maybe Federer again at 38, it's tough. Again, it was tough for me to keep up with college players once I got into my mid 30s, and still trying to play at that level today cost me. So every dog has. Oh no, what happened? Oh, there was some glitchy stuff going on there. So the older you get, again, a lot of things happen in terms of Federer. One, we lose patience. Two, we know our body can't defend all day long and play for 4 hours, so we try to get points over with more quickly. What happens when we're older and we're trying to get points over more quickly and we find ourselves losing to little young whippersnappers? We get frustrated. What happens when we get frustrated? We start making unforced errors. What happens when we start making unforced errors? We get deflated. What happens when we get deflated? We just want to start looking at our coaching box or our wife in the stands and say, "What's going on? Come on, it's your fault over there." But it's really not. It's just because at 38, and I can speak for that, it's much more difficult to keep up a high level of tennis over a period of 4 hours. So for Federer, Australian, I'm not too high, or I don't have too many expectations for him at the Australian. But Djokovic, I think he gets his eighth next year. What's up, Gene? I see you out there. So again, with the Thiem Tsitsipas match, whichever player, in my opinion, can set up shop close or inside the baseline and have their opponent moving laterally or laterally in a way. So if we have a tennis court here, and here's the net right here, and here's the baseline down here. So net, baseline, service line, kind of center service line, service boxes. So if my opponent is down here and I'm moving my opponent laterally, left to right, left to right, left to right, or laterally in a way, hitting off my back foot, hitting off my back foot, hitting off my back foot. If I'm up here and I can find myself setting up shop inside the baseline, getting short balls, dictating them into corners, moving my opponent, coming to the net, catching. Look, if I have my opponent running laterally or laterally and away, let's say going to the do side right-handed player forehand, laterally and away, just unless they pull off an absolute down the line shot, which I'm going to give them anyway and say too good, great shot, then I'm going to be protecting just to my ad court if I have them running into their deuce court. So when I approach, I'm going to approach just to the left of the center hash mark on my side of the court. Go ahead and give them maybe a deep corner, heavy top spin ball, but I'm going to be kind of protecting the angle here, and then for the acute angle cross court for the easy volley away. So whichever, in my opinion, player can set up shop inside the baseline, run the other opponent laterally, left to right, I would assume that player would be Tsitsipas running more. Only reason why I say that is because Tsitsipas is a little bit more spastic on the court. Sometimes his patience runs thin. He's quick to look at his box and focus on why he wants to blame kind of, and maybe he doesn't. Maybe that's just him. But when I watch Tsitsipas play, he seems to be the quicker of the two. If he's playing someone at a very high level, like if he's playing Federer, if he's playing Djokovic, if he's playing a Thiem, or if he's just not having a walk at the park type tennis match, you'll see Tsitsipas get flustered relatively early. So if he does that, what happens is we lose confidence. When you get flustered, you tend to lose confidence. You lose patience, and Tsitsipas for me is really good at doing so. So we'll see what happens with Tsitsipas in this match. But I think Thiem will win. I just do. But we'll see. The court's relatively fast, and Tsitsipas is pretty good with his fast courts. So we'll see what happens. Gene, this is the first one-handed backhand ATP finals since Federer versus Blake in 2006. Jordy Nelson. What's up, Jake Nelson? What's going down? Doing all right, bro. Again, I won't always do this. And again, the internet connection may cut out at any time. So again, don't shoot me if it cuts out. But I don't know if I blew out my knee playing Carla in a tennis match. And we had kind of an audience, and I kind of got wrapped up into the match, and I went for a ball on match point that was just way above my head. So I went up, came down wrong. My knee snapped, and when my knee snapped, I landed on my wrist. So besides going through, yeah, Jordan Nelson from London. Yeah, of course I remember you, bro. You won I sent you something. Didn't you win Didn't you win 2 sets of strings or something? I think you won one of our fantasy teams, right? So is it clear? Am I still clear on this? Can you see? I don't know. I can check it on my phone. So who do you think's gonna win the match? Thiem or Tsitsipas? Yeah, you won the t-shirt. Did you get that t-shirt? Yeah, Carla took a picture of it and we put on. John, you go out this way. What? There's Jonathan, my oldest son, who made the finals of his singles yesterday and then won boys 18 doubles. So Jonathan, what's up, bro? Back there. But yeah, so both two of my oldest boys yesterday played a tournament. Unfortunately, I couldn't go. But my second youngest son, Christopher, played boys 16s, won his singles, and also won doubles playing with Jonathan in the 18s. And then Jonathan made the singles finals in the boys 18s, lost a good match in the finals, and then won boys 18s doubles. So yeah, they did really well. So Wayne Mchia, Medvedev withdrew from the Davis Cup. So who does that? Let's see. Who's the Davis Cup captain? Is it Davydenko? That's the Davis Cup captain for Russia? And I may have that wrong. I'm not quite sure about that. I'm going to see if I'm clear right here before this match starts. I don't know if it is or not, but I'm going to find out. I think so. We're going to see. Hold on. Don't shoot me. So is it clear? I think so. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah. So who's the Davis Cup captain for Russia? I like the Russian players. I always have. And I love Davydenko. Davydenko for me was always really, 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 really fun to watch. Jordan Nelson, how's the baby, by the way, bro? Don't you have a little new one in the life, bro? How's the little one? So curious about that. But if you see a name over here, Jordan Nelson on the right, he watches or participates in Carla and I's other videos that we do. And again, I'm not starting this live thing at all. It's just that I can't go anywhere because I blew out my knee. Usually Sunday is my busiest day on court coaching. So we have a jam-packed Sunday here where we coach, but Carla's out coaching 2 courts at once. So hey, she's doing a great job. But because I can't go anywhere and my internet connection is just somehow working pretty well on this island for the first time in like 5 years, I just turned the computer on. Safin is captain. Really? That's a great knowledge drop. What's up, Justin? What's up, Ruben? Hope you're feeling better and look out for Italy in the Davis Cup. You know, that's a knowledge drop too, because you got the young kid, Yannick Sinner, who looks really good, by the way, at least for his age. You have to put him on the same level of where Tsitsipas was at 18. I mean, he looks really good. He won the next gen finals. I get it that the next gen finals format is really whack. The first of 4 games. If you're a player out there, how many times have you played a match and been down 3-0, 4-1, 4-2, and have come back? I had a match in college where I was down 6-0 and 5-0. The other player just suddenly began to cramp a little bit, started picking on the backhand a little bit more, and before you knew it, I went from 0-6, love 5, to like 6-0, streamed off a 7-5 set and won the third set 6-1. So there's always a way you can come back, and it's really difficult to come back when you're only have 4 games to roll with. And the deciding point, there was a match yesterday. My second to youngest son was playing. He won the match, but check this out. He was down match point against. and him and this kid were battling it back and forth, playing neutral balls, center, 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 backhand, backhand, backhand. Something like a 20-ball rally went down, and a ball rolled across their court. So they had to call a let, and that was the other kid's match point. So the other kid got frustrated when he called a let, so they had to start the point over. Kid double faulted, and the deciding point was given to my son, which is good for me, but really bad for the other kid and his parents. And traveling, but the deciding point was given to my son, and then he served it out. So tough scenarios for best of four. Wait a minute, Jordan Nelson. Yeah, man, he's doing great. Unfortunately, my granddad passed away, so I'm currently off work due to stress. Hey, man, I get it. I didn't have anybody pass away, but when you're a tennis coach and a competitive player, you blow out your knee to the point where you can't move and you're looking at 6 months of rehab. I'm super stressed, number one, because I have 5 kids and I can't work, or at least half of our crew can work. And then number two, I'm stuck right here in this chair. All right, hold on. I'm going to set this computer down. I don't think there's a way I can pause it. And I think the conversation is going pretty well over there. I have to grab something because the match is about to start. So give me like 2 seconds and I can actually get up on my own with this knee. So just bear with me for a second. All right. Tsitsipas will win. I'm calling it now. By the way, sorry to have to get up, but when you got a straight leg that you can't bend for now, today's been 16 days since surgery and 26 days since it happened. Yeah, it sucks to be down. All right, Hitchhiker, you said Tsitsipas will win, and you're calling it now. Why? Why do you think Tsitsipas is going to win? I think I would disagree with you on that one. I don't think Tsitsipas will win. I think if you look at what Thiem has done here recently, consistently, Thiem has been in the thick of things, and I know Tsitsipas has too. But there's one thing that you will not see Thiem do as consistently as you see Tsitsipas do, and that is get aggravated on the court. When I train kids, especially my own kids, if I sense any type of aggravation, I immediately get mad, real mad. Hey, Jonathan, if I see you get upset on the court, what happens? Yeah, he loses badly. So when Jonathan, and I'll pick on him because he's doing his college applications to my left for tennis, but when he gets upset on the court, bad day for him after the match. And sometimes I'll pull him off the court in the middle of the match doing that stupid stuff. All right, so Hitchhiker is defending his Tsitsipas proclamation that he will win by saying he's the more aggressive player and he comes to the net more. I agree with that. I agree he's a more aggressive player, and I agree he comes to the net more, but he also gets pissed off more. And because he gets pissed off and flustered more, I think he's a less consistent player. So because of that and that alone, I think Thiem will win. And I think the match is now coming on, and I might have had it on the wrong. Yeah, it is. All right. So it's coming on here. Thiem and Tsitsipas are walking on the court. So we'll see what happens. Let me know in comments if it becomes glitchy or pixelated on the comment section. And again, I don't normally do this, so excuse any rustiness because normally I'm coaching. And I'll repeat that as more and more people. Yeah, I see you, Wayne Chia. And I know Carla misses you a lot, bro, because Carla's on the court, and Carla can't get any type of streaming out there. So, Wayne Chia, when you're messaging Carla, you might want to message her at the same time while she's on court, because she's coaching and she won't be able to see any of this. And I know she matches. So, Wayne Chia, Carla loves it when you keep up with her for sure. And a shout out to her out there. I mean, geez, for 26 days now to coach all of our lessons solo, that's a big deal. All right, ball game. Oh, so Hitchhiker says the guy saved 1,000 break points yesterday and kept his cool. Well, yes, he did do that, but I don't really know what Federer was even really doing yesterday. I mean, besides just looking old. And again, myself being 42, I'll be 42 on November 20th. I get the feeling it's just really hard to stay super patient and move the body at that level at 38. It just is. I get Tom Brady does it in football. I understand that, but he has a team around him. He has an offensive line to protect him. 38 is a really tough thing to keep up at that high level of the game. So Thiem and Tsitsipas are warming up currently. Oh man, we'll see what happens here. Looking forward to it. But if the Australian Open started tomorrow, and we were doing our fantasy team selections, and you had to choose between putting Dominic Thiem, Roger Federer, or Tsitsipas on your fantasy team, only one of them, who would you choose? I'd have a hard time picking Federer in that one now. I think I would pick Thiem only because of what he has continued to do this season, starting basically with deep runs at the French. Didn't he do something pretty deep in terms of Miami and Indian Wells, or am I wrong about that? So I look forward to this one. Let's see which player can set up shot in or around the baseline. Let's see what the first serve percentage looks like. I think Tsitsipas has a more explosive service game, and he's better with the serve +1. In other words, you get the serve in, you come in, and you put that first ball away. And that's really important in the men's game, the serve +1. If I'm playing, especially another high level player, and I can't get at least a couple of points in every game with the serve +1 tactic. Again, if I play a right-handed player, I'm usually serving heavy up the tee. Generally, I'll get kind of a short ball back off that backhand side if it's placed well, and I'm going to eat that ball up. So whichever player can do that right off, I think is going to have the better luck today. Let me turn the volume down here on this phone. Sorry, I got a couple things going over here. Oh, that's funny. So Wild Live One says I'm rocking the crooked Kevin Anderson hat. So yeah, we have this thing on our show that when Carl and I do it, where we talk about different players that have these kooky things. So you got Benoit Pierre like this, right? It's Benoit Pierre. He wears his collar so high. That's Benoit Pierre, right? That's Benoit. But like Kevin Anderson always comes out with like the crooked bent hat, like over here, and sometimes it's like turned up at the side or something. I don't know how Kevin Anderson does his hat, but it's really crooked. So we call it the crooked Kevin Anderson hat. But yeah, I'm rocking the crooked Kevin Anderson hat today. Actually, this hat, by the way, came from a gentleman. His name's Mike, and I forget his last name. And I should know that. But Mike has a business called Big Hit Sports International. And Mike does a lot of the physio and training internationally for a lot of the pro tour players, men and women. And he watches our show that Carla and I do here when we're both kind of sitting at a table in the stringing room. And he bought me this hat because I sent him a 5K tennis shirt. So he bought me this hat and sent it to us this past Wimbledon. So that's how I got the hat. So we'll see. Your famous phrase, never bet on Kevin Anderson. Pop that collar. Benoit Pierre collar. Crooked Kevin Anderson hat, broken arm, jacked up knee. Let's go. Let's get down. Come on. Ready for this match to get going. Come on. Ooh. And I just finished my OJ, so we're good to go. All right. Indian Wells. Who was that? So who did really was that was Thiem that did really well at Indian Wells. Did he win Indian Wells? I forgot if he won it. So players are warming up. I see him hitting balls. But I do think Thiem will win this. I really do. Uh-oh, I see the dog coming down the stairs. Are you being a good girl? Katana, you being good? Are you being good, girl? Huh? All right, whoa. You being a good girl? All right, go bye-bye. Was that in the final Wildlife one? So I asked a question earlier about, or I mentioned that Thiem had a really good run starting at the French, but then I mentioned didn't he do really well with Indian Wells, and I was indicated that he did really well at Indian Wells and beat Roger there. So good for him. So he's had a strong year. He deserves to be here. I still don't really Berrettini. I still haven't bought completely in on yet. There's a lot of players hovering around that 8 in the world spot that could very well be there early on next year. My dog has a lovey-dovey look. That dog, Carla and I had a Spanish restaurant for about 6 months in time. So we had this restaurant and we didn't really know too much about the area. Nonetheless, long story short, we opened a restaurant. And while we were there, this person came walking by with these little puppies in their hand. And something just told me if I don't get one of those puppies, the puppies are just going to die somewhere. We weren't kind of the best area in a sense. So I took in the puppy. And at that point in time, Carla and I and 5 kids were sleeping in a hotel because we didn't have a place yet where we were living. So we would sneak the puppy, that dog, we would sneak the puppy in like a duffel bag. And we would walk through the lobby in the hotel room up to our room. We'd get there at like 2 in the morning because the restaurant would close at like 1 in the morning. So we'd get there around 2 in the morning. And we were carrying around that puppy in a duffel bag for like 2 months, at least going to our hotel room. Because there wasn't any pet-friendly hotel rooms where we lived. So, yeah. So come to find out, though, is we saw the person not terribly long ago that had these puppies when they were walking by the restaurant. And we saw them that night. And we asked them, what happened to the rest of their puppies? Katana, like the Mortal Kombat character from Mortal Kombat. So we named her after that. No, I'm not a video gamer, but I knew about the characters from Mortal Kombat. Let's just say that. Well, I played it a little bit in college. I played a little bit. So I named my dog Katana after Katana. Even though I spell Katana Katana and Kitana Kitana drops down from the screen with their special move. But we asked the person what happened to the puppies, and the person let us know that they all died. So we saved one. Let's go. Got him. All right. So right now, Tsitsipas is taking overheads, which means they are getting close. I don't see anybody taking serves yet. But a match is going to commence here very, very, very shortly. I love dogs. Wayne M. Chia says, I had 2. What kind of dogs, Wayne M. Chia? I'm taking you for a small dog guide. You had a small dog or a big dog? Katana. See what happens when Carla leaves. She goes upstairs and lays on her bed. I don't mind, but Carla hates it. Carla like grab a sandal and like throw it at the dog. Like, get off my bed, smack with the sandal. I'm like, no, a pug. I like pugs too. My mom had pugs. She had to like clean their wrinkles in their face with like a Q-tip with Vaseline. They had to keep the snout from getting all deformed. Katana. See, she won't even come because she knows she's safe. We'll see. All right, taking serves. This is about to begin. Yep. So I don't know how good the play-by-play will be. I see a lot of tennis from a more coaching perspective when I'm watching it, learning things as well. But usually when it's younger players playing, I'm trying to find weaknesses in their game. That's just how I look at it. So if I'm basically shouting out weaknesses, or issues. Or one thing I can't stand watching some of these younger players do is continuously hitting inside out, running around the backhand, inside in, inside out, inside in, inside out. Again, when Carla and I teach juniors that come to us from a long ways away because they want a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more hard-hitting, in your face type coaching, and we see kids always running around their backhand, we're all up in their grill. Like, what are you doing? We're going to do this every now and then, but we're going to hit the backhand. So when we see that, generally Carlo or I will sit down with a bucket of balls, and I mean like 80 ball buckets, sometimes 2 and 3 buckets, and we'll sit down on the ground and underhand toss balls, underhand, right to that student until they hit so many backhands that they're about to puke. So anyway, hopefully I don't have to watch a bunch of people running around their ground strokes all day here. So we'll see. Can anybody tell me why it's not a good idea to always run around your ground strokes or run around your backhand? Why is it not a good idea to run around the forehand, or why is it not a good idea to run around the backhand all the time? So think about this. Here's the court. Right-handed player. Here's the center service, center hash mark. Here's the court. Okay. Backhand side over here. Forehand side over here. Right-handed player. If I'm running to my left or to my backhand side, and I take extra steps to run around the ball, getting myself further off the court, and hit a rifling forehand up the line or across court, that's great. The downfall of that is one, now my entire court is exposed on my forehand wing. Well, my forehand wing is generally right to the right or beyond the center service mark, center hash mark. But now my entire court is wide open on the forehand wing. So in doubles, what do they say? Down the middle solves the riddle. Well, you become exposed here at this point, because if you're playing a heavy hitting person, and you're now on defense over here, if you don't hit a winner off of this shot, the inside in up the line, boom, okay, or the inside out, a rifling cross court shot, if you don't hit a winner off of that shot, and let's say you give back a semi-neutral ball, so not a winner and a sitter ball to your opponent, you can't always hit a winner. Sometimes you miss. So if I give back a neutral ball, now I have not recovered to a neutral position. I'm still somewhere hauling butt to cover my territory. Now this person over here can go either back behind me. There's no way I can transition backwards at this point. They can come right at me and I'll be caught at the body, or they have a clean cross-court winner. All right, so match is beginning. Tsitsipas serving. Here we go. Tsitsipas serves with a nice serve out wide, and a forced return error by Dominic Thiem. So Tsitsipas in this match, his serve is going to be everything. He doesn't get a service game hold, then he's going to have a tough time breaking through Thiem with his defense. So Tsitsipas serves again out wide. He comes in for the serve +1. So right off the bat, Tsitsipas serve is clicking. So that's good for him. And we're only 2 points in, but nonetheless, that's pretty good. So both first serves for Tsitsipas have been out wide. Forced error on the first one, serve +1 on the second point. So 30 love takes it out wide for the clean ace again. So the serve out wide is looking good. That was an ace. So first one forced error, second one serve +1, third one ace, serving at 40 love. First serve percentage is at 100%. That's pretty good. Right up the tee, another ace. So great service hold there. First serve, first point, out wide, Thiem forced error return. Second point, Thiem with the serve out wide, drew the short ball, which we were just talking about before this, serve +1, easy point. Third one, ace out wide, fourth one, ace up the tee. Great stuff. That's incredible. Yeah, I can. Can you? So confident start. Yeah, for sure. It's just so it's not, because the way it sits, the sun, if I turn the screen around, the sun comes right in the back, and it shows like a white screen. Now, mind you, this may cut off at any point in time. This connection may cut off. All right, so Thiem serving first point, and I think he just drew a serve +1 ball, but I think Thiem pulled up. Okay, so I think Thiem's first serve was out. So this will be second serve Thiem. So Tsitsipas is holding the first serve percentage advantage already. Oh, I thought Thiem just double faulted. Neutral point going here. But I don't think Tsitsipas is going to be wanting to trade licks with Thiem all day. So I think in this match, Thiem is more Nadalish. He's going to play a lot of defense. He's going to track the balls down. He's going to retrieve some. But I'm curious to see who is going to take the backhand up the line first. I'm assuming we are going to see a lot of neutral backhand to backhand points. Backhand to backhand slice to a backhand slice to the backhand slice, cross court, cross court, cross court, cross court. But who can finally have the guts to pull the trigger up the line consistently for a winner is going to play a large part in who wins this match. So Thiem serving 30 love. So Tsitsipas' service game was really quickly, went really quickly. Thiem's service game is, it's 30 love, and he's had to, hit some balls. So we'll see what happens here. 30 love, first serve. Missed up the tee. He's trying to put the serve on Tsitsipas' backhand, which is very clear. Unfortunately, missed that one wide. Second serve from Thiem coming to the body, a neutral ball, and Tsitsipas misses an easy ball there. So Thiem will be up 40 love. That was a shot that I'm sure Tsitsipas wants to have back. Does anybody know the head-to-head between Tsitsipas and Thiem? I'm unaware. I should know that, but I don't. I'm sorry. So Thiem serving at 40 love, first serve, goes up the tee, and Tsitsipas misses it wide. It looked like it could have been good. So if you're watching this on the same type of connection that I'm watching it with, so you can go along with me. But I know a lot of you are not. Thank you, Wild Live One. Thiem is up 3-1 head-to-head lifetime against Thiem. Thiem is up 3-1 lifetime versus Tsitsipas on hard court. I think it will be 4-1 after this match ends. All right, Tsitsipas is serving 1-1, first set. Let's see what the young man can do. Can he keep it up? It's a good ball. Serve +1, gave him a neutral ball back at the feet. Clip the tape. Thiem hits it wide. So Tsitsipas hasn't missed the first serve yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his first serve percentage is somewhere around 100%. I think it is at 100%. I can remember every point from the first game, and that one was just an unforced error by Thiem. So, yeah, he's serving at 100%. All right, so Tsitsipas up 15 love. Thiem set with his beautiful orange headband, and Tsitsipas just misses his first serve. So not bad. I think he's one of 6 first serves, or just missed one of 6. Second serve, +1 on the second serve. That's difficult to do. A lot of times when I'm coaching, especially the boys that we coach, it's everything about placement on the second serve. A lot of times we lose confidence. So look at Zverev. Look at Alexander Zverev. If you watch this kid, Alexander Zverev serve, he doesn't have a second serve. He just pushes it in, and when you push, you tend to hit long. Hold on. Tsitsipas serving 30 love, clean ace up the tee. Homeboy's hot. Watch out. Service games are going quick. But placement on the second serve is everything. If you don't have a place in mind and you don't feel comfortable of placing it, well, that thought. Tsitsipas serving at 40 love, first serve. That was a little long, a little wide and long, I think. Yep. Second serve coming. So Tsitsipas has made, I think, 6 of 8 first serves. Pretty good percentage. Second serve in. Here comes a backhand to backhand point. Nope. Thiem went for the down the line shot, gained offense, stepped into the ball and took it. So he's on the board at 40-15. So if we are serving a second serve and we don't have a plan for that second serve, our mind tells us to push. Our mind tells us to please get the ball in. If my mind's saying just please get it in, I tend to be reserved and therefore push it long. That's what Zverev does. He's confident on the second serve. He just wants to get it in play. Serve and play. Oh, Tsitsipas just shanked the forehand wide. That makes a 40-30. Yeah, he's got to be aggravated about that. Let's see if Tsitsipas can keep his head in the game, though. If he starts getting PO'd and starts looking at his coach like, can my coach come out here and help me? And then he's going to have a problem real quick. Thiem, look at Thiem's body. Look at his legs. Look at his quads. Look at his buttocks. And I'm not kidding about that. I'm just talking from a coach. Look at his body. Look at his demeanor. He's battle tested now. Tsitsipas still has a little ways to go. I think Thiem wins this match. All right, Tsitsipas is up 2-1. TM just missed the return long. So we're on serve here in the first set. So it's 2-1, and it went to a commercial here. So let's read some of these comments. Confident start for Tsitsipas. I agree with you. Have you noticed the way Tsitsipas falls off to the left after a serve? Who said that? Wow Live One. This is a great point that Wow Live One just mentioned, and this is something that even I myself have had a problem with throughout my playing career. And remember this comment. If you have a freeze frame, I'm going to read this comment again. Have you noticed the way that Tsitsipas falls to the left after a serve? Here's the tennis court center service mark here. If I'm serving on the right of the center hash mark, I'm serving into the deuce court. Sometimes when we serve and we hit the ball, instead of our body and momentum and kinetic energy and our physio moving forward into the court, sometimes we tend to hit the ball, be a little off balance, and we fall away to our left. This is a position issue. This is a toss issue. This is a big time service error. I didn't notice that. I wasn't paying much attention to that, but that is a definite issue. If I'm coaching and I'm seeing, I'll pick on my own kids because I can do that because they're my kids here. I can mention them here. If I'm mentioning some other kids, they might shoot me. But if you are serving and you find yourself falling away from the ball, some people will fall to the right or fall to the left. This is bad for immediate positioning from a footwork perspective. This is bad from a contact position into the air. If we're trying to meet a sweet spot and we're falling away, it jeopardizes where we hit the ball. So good look there. Wildlife One. Was it Wildlife One that mentioned that? Yeah, Wildlife One. So great coaching tidbit. It's not a good thing to fall away from your serve. You want to go into it. TM serving 15, or excuse me, or 0-0. I was going to say it's 15 low. I thought that was an ace, but it was not. So it was a little wide. So TM is definitely losing the first serve percentage battle. Second serve coming. TM, or excuse me, Tsitsipas with a clean backhand return, the one-handed topspin, which is good. Okay, so TM, they went backhand to backhand, and TM was the first to make an error there, which again should be. Again, if I'm coaching either player, I'm saying go to the backhand right off every serve. Now, if in my first serve, I might go for the longer distance, in other words, out wide and approach behind it. Definitely not retreat like Zverev would do. I would go out wide and come in for the open backhand volley cross court. So 15 loves, TM serving, love 15, by the way. Going for the approach, comes in and a deep volley. And I didn't really speak that point too well, but TM is in a hole at love 30. He doesn't want to give up this hole here at love 30. Tsitsipas has been holding comfortably. His first serve is on. I think if TM goes down a break here, then he might run away with the set at a 6-3, but we'll see what happens. Do I bet on matches? I'll tell you why I don't bet on matches. I was in college and I bet on some football and I lost so much money. Like I was scared for my life at one point. Seriously, it was like I was so stupid. And luckily I had the moms to bail me out of that one. And I had to work for like 2 summers straight to pay off some stupid betting bet. So since then, I've never bet on a sport in my life. I'm just awful at betting. So if I ever forecast a match, then don't listen to me because it usually be wrong. All right, so TM serving at 15-30. Let's see what he can do here. First serve going out wide to the Tsitsipas backhand. Tsitsipas misses it long. So again, just before this match started, I indicated whoever can get to the other opponent's backhand first and set up shop inside or around the baseline and not be defending 20 feet behind it or running laterally all day. The first player that can come in, cut off angles, take the backhand up the line will win this match early. Or will win this match and get it over relatively early. So let's see, TM serving at 30 all. Second serve. So again, Tsitsipas is winning the first serve percentage battle. Here we go. Second serve. He still goes to the backhand. Tsitsipas was able to get around it. He ran around the backhand for the inside out or the inside in forehand. TM lobs him and it's wide. So we have a break point here. So TM's facing his first break point. Tsitsipas was the first player, though, that I saw to run around his backhand and hit the inside in a shot, which worked out okay for him. So when you're hitting inside in, you are running your opponent, if they're right-handed, to their forehand side, which sometimes can leave your court exposed for a forehand cross-court coming the other way winner. but that didn't happen. So breakpoint Thiem, or breakpoint Tsitsipas. Thiem's first serve percentage is quite bad at this point. Maybe 50% at this point. I'd have to check the stats. Second serve. Oh, see, and Tsitsipas is stepping into his one-hand return. He's actually hitting it. Thiem's on offense here. Ran Tsitsipas to his right, forced the air, and Thiem has fought it back to deuce. Great offense by Thiem. Very quick to read the short ball. Took the ball early. Came in behind it in case it came back. He was there at the net at the right angle in case it did come over. It did not. All right, Thiem serving at deuce with his new headband. Let's go. Out wide, clean ace by Thiem. He's got to be happy about that. Yep, there's the fist pump. So add in Thiem. All right. So Thiem is serving at add in. Let's see if he goes to the backhand here. If I was Thiem, I would be picking on that backhand. Tsitsipas has been stepping into it, but when he stepped into it, the ball has been neutral. Went to the backhand the net. I called it, game. So good deal. So again, I know Tsitsipas's service games have been quicker, but Thiem, as we know, is not going to be any hurry to get off that court. He can play with you all day long, and not have a problem with that. Thiem again, or Tsitsipas, when he has to play all day long, he tends to get flustered, a little bit rattled. So we'll kind of see how that pans out. So here we go. Tsitsipas serving at 2-2. Let's see if he can get through the service game pretty quickly. Missed his first serve going to the Thiem backhand up the tee. So they both are strategically on point. I mean, they're both serving mostly to the backhand up the tee. What's up, Chris? One of my sons coming in from band. He plays at the local church in the band. He plays electric and acoustic guitar. He won his tournament yesterday, too. All right, here we go. So Thiem, they're backhand to backhand, neutral ball to neutral ball. Who's going to pull it up the line? Thiem was able to step around the forehand. Now they're forehand to forehand. Now they're back to neutral, backhand to backhand, center of the court. Who's going to pull it up the line? They're still backhand to backhand, neutral ball. Still neutral, center of the court. Tsitsipas stepped around it and took the ball up the line. So Tsitsipas has been more aggressive. Tsitsipas has been a little bit more willing to get on offense quicker and going for the shot. But again, Thiem will be willing to fight like this all match long. And again, until I see from Tsitsipas that he can maintain his composure throughout an entire match, I'm not going to be like Carla and everybody else and jump on the Tsitsipas train yet. I do think he will be the best in the world soon, but not quite yet. Out wide to the Thiem backhand. Here comes Tsitsipas, ran around the backhand and got the +1 after the return. So that's good. But if you were able to see that point, Thiem served it, or excuse me, Tsitsipas served it wide to the Thiem backhand. He got the look at a shorter ball, which was a backhand. He danced around it, pulled off a very aggressive forehand that was inside out, and finished off the point. So good point from Tsitsipas. Well played. Again, Tsitsipas serves the Thiem's backhand. He lunges at it, gets lucky to put a racket on it. And the return goes long. So Tsitsipas cruising along on these service games. Tsitsipas serving at 40 love. Let's see what happens. Missed it up the tee. So that time he went to the Thiem forehand. I don't think he should challenge that. I think that would be a bad idea. I'm just going to check and make sure this video is still streaming. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's doing a pretty good job. All right, so how did the challenge go? It looked wide to me, but again, I'm blind as a bat with contacts as thick as Coke bottles. So, I mean, what can you do? Yeah, it was out. All right, so here we go. Tsitsipas serving at 40-15. I think Thiem is probably just going to do some conservation of energy here. Oh, he gives him a pushed ball. You see Thiem jumps at his return. He jumped at the backhand shot, which is very inconsistent. Tsitsipas makes an error off the backhand wing and sends the ball 3 feet wide. So Tsitsipas is now serving at 40-15, or is it 40-30? I think the score might be wrong up there. It's 40-15. They had 40-30 there. Yeah, it's 40-15. All right, Tsitsipas, what you going to do, young buck? You going to keep your head in the game? All right, sir. Tsitsipas serving at 45. And here we go. Tsitsipas goes to the backhand again, steps around his backhand, and he gets the inside in for the winner. So again, it's an effective shot, the inside in. It's nothing wrong with hitting the inside in or the inside out shot. But if you're continuously running around the backhand, you're only really playing half your game. And it's really hard for me to project who's going to be the greatest player after the big three, because it seems like all the young ones run around their backhands 60% of the time. It's a commercial. I'm going to grab something. I'll be right back. Again, I have my 5 kids here. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3 of the 5. So I got to do some checking around the crib and make sure everything's good. It's too quiet. Oh, yeah. All right. Dude, I just walked from the chair all the way into the kitchen and all the way back with no crutches. Let's go. Making progress. All right. So Thiem is serving at 15 love. Point is ongoing. I just saw Tsitsipas come in on a short ball and forced an error from Thiem. Sorry, I missed kind of the first point unfolding there. I had to check on what was going down. When the house is too quiet, when you have 5 kids, generally something's up to no good. I had to get some ginger ale. So Ghost Maniac says, "Show the screen, please." Show what screen? The TV screen? I can try to do that. The only problem with that is there's a door behind it, and it causes the screen to be just a big white. It causes, I don't know if you can see that. The sun is outside that door. So if I turn the camera that way, it whitens out the screen. I've tried that before. Yeah, when I shouldn't overdo it. I just got kind of excited there, but that's the first time I've walked without crutches since I had surgery. All right, so here we go. Let's get back into this. So right now it's 3-2 Tsitsipas, and Thiem is serving at 15:30. So Tsitsipas has another little opening here. See if he can do anything with that. Thiem really needs to focus on this first serve percentage and placement. Thiem dumps another first set. Thiem just dumped another first set into the tape, about 6 inches below the tape. So he needs to work on this first serve percentage. Here comes the backhand to backhand rally. I can assure you there's the slice. Thiem runs around his backhand, puts it up the line, but Tsitsipas gets it back. Thiem runs down the defending shot, and here they go back to backhand, and Tsitsipas misses his backhand long. So as this match progresses, what I think we're going to fall into is a lot more of that very same type of tactic. Waiting for the error off the backhand wing. I can assure you that I think that's what's going to happen. All right, so Tsitsipas, or excuse me, Thiem serving to Tsitsipas. It's 30 all. Thiem, here we go. Let's see if he can make a first serve. Gets that one up the tee. Great return by Tsitsipas. Here we go. Neutral ball rallies. Thiem took the short ball and executes the nice backhand volley for the winner. So he's got to be pumped about that. Yes, indeed. There's the fist pump. So Thiem now serving for the game at 2-3, 40-30. Let's see if he can get an ace. This would be a nice confidence boosting ace for Thiem if he can get one. He could use a short point here. All right, here we go. Game point for Thiem. Nice serve up the tee. Forced error, and it is now 3-3. So that's what Thiem needs to, if he's on court and he is coaching himself in his head, Thiem should say, you know, I'm losing a lot of points when I don't make the first serve. Let me make sure my toss is on. Let me make sure I get the right height on my toss. Let me go up and get the ball. A lot of times when we're serving, we know when we're going to hit the ball before we even hit it in that split second that we toss and we go up to get it. A solid player knows before they hit it if they're going to miss it a lot of the time, because they can tell themselves, I didn't get up there. I didn't spring up there. I didn't put enough legs to get up there. So once you hit it, you can tell yourself in the split second before the ball comes off your racket and goes either into the net or out or wide, you can tell yourself almost immediately, it didn't feel really good. And generally your premonition is correct. All right, so let's see. Hitchhiker says that Thiem is imploding. I don't know. It's 3-3. We'll see what happens here. Tsitsipas once again with a nice serve, body serve. Here we go, backhand. Oh, what happened there is Thiem started the backhand to backhand rally. Tsitsipas prematurely stepped around it, hit the forehand, tried to pull the inside in up the line, dumped it in the net. Now Tsitsipas is in a hold. I think Thiem is going to win, Ghost Maniac. I do. I really do think Thiem is going to win because Tsitsipas is still very young and impatient. He just showed it there. Thiem's looking to rally with this guy. Thiem's not going to try to 1-2 punch him and serve +1 him off the court. He's going to work backhand to backhand, and he's going to wait for Tsitsipas to make the error. Now, on that point there, we got lured into another backhand to backhand rally. However, Tsitsipas drove Thiem well back on defense. So, Thiem was playing 20 feet behind the baseline, 15 feet behind the baseline. If you're hitting a one-handed backhand topspin from 15 feet behind the baseline, it better be struck with a lot of oomph, because if not, it's going to go into the net, and that's what happened. So Tsitsipas serving at 530. Unfairly neutral serve. That's a risky serve there. So we're going to get into a backhand rally here. Yep, but Thiem missed that ball long. He's thrown up the finger for a challenge, but I think it was well long. I think it was well long for sure. So yeah, it's long. So I think now that I think it's what, 30 all or 40-30 to check it out. All right, 30 all. Tsitsipas serving 3-3 in the first. Here we go. Nice serve up the tee, long. So let's go second serve, Tsitsipas. Here we go. What you gonna do, orange headband? Thiem steps around the body serve, hits the forehand, forehand to forehand up. Went backhand to backhand. Thiem went over to grab it, but it didn't matter because Tsitsipas' shot was long. So here we go. We have now Thiem with his first breakpoint opportunity. So will Tsitsipas get frazzled? He needs an ace here. Young buck needs an ace. He does not want to get into a ground stroke rally with Thiem. Thiem is going to be there all day. He will be more consistent, and that will hurt Tsitsipas in this match. And the leg work that Thiem has put into his body, again, his quads, his hamstrings, his buttocks muscles, they have gained a lot of strength. So second serve, Tsitsipas just missed his first. So this is break point opportunity for Thiem. He challenged the first, and it was out. So second serve is coming. All right, here we go. Second serve. Thiem's, I think, first or second breakpoint opportunity. I think it's his first. The serve went wide. Thiem goes around it, goes around his backhand, hits the inside out forehand. Tsitsipas read the ball coming short, came in, and put the easy volley away into the open court. So nice point by Tsitsipas. I think it was a bad idea of Thiem to run around to go inside out on the return when he could have just stayed steady, stayed down, saved himself the extra footwork, and just gone ahead and hit the backhand, but he didn't. Cost him. Deuce, Tsitsipas serving up the tee, missed it long. Second serve for Tsitsipas. So Tsitsipas started with an incredible first serve percentage. but his first serve percentage has dropped. Second serve, we're looking. Thiem steps around the backhand again, hits the forehand with the kind of fluky. You know, if you watch our regular show that we do, not live, Carla and I, you always hear me pick on players. Les Nadal, they hit the ball, and instead of hitting through the ball, across the body, elbow at target, they hit and they carry it around their head, like, you know, Nadal does in his forehand, like this. When I see that, I always just think of trying to be cute. Does anybody know what I mean when I say, why would you want to be cute? When you're returning and you're hitting the ball too cute, you need to go back to the drawing board. Okay, here we go. Forehand to forehand point, neutral ball. So it's neutral to neutral. Here comes the backhand slice by Thiem. Forehand run around by Tsitsipas. They're still neutral. Still neutral. I think that Tsitsipas or Thiem. What happened there? That ball looked long. Hold on. I just got lost in that one. I think Thiem just pulled up off of a ball that landed on the baseline. Yeah, he did. I think Thiem just pulled up on a ball he thought was out, and it was actually in. So too bad for Thiem there. I'm great at doing that. Does anybody ever do that? If you're a player out there, you know, you're playing a match, you know, and it's not really for all the marbles, but you know, you're kind of near the baseline, and you think a ball's going out, you're about to hit it, and then you look at your foot, and it was like right on the line or just end, and you're like, dang, I thought that was going out. And you feel stupid. All right, so break point for Thiem. Tsitsipas is on offense. Oh my gosh, Thiem almost ran down that volley, but Tsitsipas approached the net and won that point. So it is now deuce. So Tsitsipas has had a tough service game here. So I like what you said here, Wildlife. One terrible return technique by Thiem. So are you with me on that one? When he's returning, he's hitting and he's kind of following through too cute and not really being aggressive and hitting through the ball. I saw that too. All right, so Tsitsipas serving a deuce, first serve out wide to the Thiem forehand, inside in off the backhand wing from Tsitsipas, and Thiem makes the air going up the line here. So again, notice how many times that these young players are running around their backhands and hitting the inside in or inside out shots. All right, here we go. Tsitsipas serving at in, first serve is out. Second serve coming. Tsitsipas second serve. Nice body serve. Thiem gets the one-hander, and now they're going forehand down the line. Tsitsipas gets the short ball, didn't quite put it away. Thiem gets it back, but long, and that is game Tsitsipas. Wildlife One says, am I the only one who gets immediately irritated when they show Patrick Mouratoglou? Yeah, you're not the only one. Nothing against the guy. I don't obviously know the guy. I know he's had a lot of great players. I think his first really kind of blockbuster player was Marcos Bagdatis. I know he coached a lot of players before then. I think Ivo Karlovic. I don't remember. Sometimes I'll see this Patrick Mouratoglou thing on, and I'll remember who I'm talking about. But yeah, Mouratoglou, it's almost like every time that they pan the camera in the crowd, doesn't matter if it's one of his players directly, but if he's even in the crowd, they put the camera on Mouratoglou. I think maybe it's the look thing. Maybe he's kind of like your prototypical handsome, you know, middle-aged man, and people just get off on that. But yeah, we talked about that on the show, right? I'm fairly certain. All right, so let's see here. Let's read a couple of comments. Hitchhiker says Tsitsipas clutch. Random Chia says unlucky. Thiem. I think it was a little bit of both there, but so far it's been a pretty good match though. Random Chia has been clutch all week. Can't say the same about the other next gen. Good point. Good point. He was clutch saving all those break points against Roger. That's a fact. Is Mom here? All right. So they're in between points here on this match, but anybody that can save as many break points like Tsitsipas did versus Roger, it's great. But again, Roger's shot selections during those break points was like he didn't even want to be on the court. All right, so here we go. Thiem is serving at 3-4 first set. I got to take this shirt off because it is like hot. Ah. All right, put the Cookie Kevin Anderson hat back on. All right, so here we go. Let's see. All right, Thiem about to serve 3-4 in the first set. And here we go. Out wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Looks like it was wide. It might have been called good, but the finger's been thrown up the challenge. It looked out to me, but it does look like they're challenging the serve. Out wide, so it'll be a second serve now. Let's see if Thiem can find himself in an offensive position behind this second serve. To the Tsitsipas backhand. Here we go into a neutral point, and somehow, some way, Thiem manages to make an error early on. So consistency in this match right now would not be telling the tale of the score, because Thiem has been way less consistent than Tsitsipas, and we're still on serve here. So here goes Thiem first serve, serving at love 15. Nice ball right up the tee. That looks like a clean ace to me. Tsitsipas might challenge that, but it looked pretty good. So we're going to be 15 all. Thiem serving at 3-4 in the first set. All right, so I got two of the kids back inside. Let's go, but they know Dad does this all the time, so no worries. Okay, so Thiem serves out wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Great return by Tsitsipas for the winner up the line. That's called being aggressive, taking a gamble, and the gamble paid off. So good for Thiem here. I mean, good for Tsitsipas here. The two T's, Thiem, Tsitsipas. I should call one headband orange number 1, and the other one headband orange number 2. Might be easier. So great aggressive return by Tsitsipas. It paid off. So here we go. Serve out wide to the Thiem backhand. Missed it. So Thiem has a second serve, and Tsitsipas has an opportunity here. If I'm playing and I'm Tsitsipas, I'm thinking about now, hey, now might be a time where I want to go for this. I want to go for this second serve. Let's see if he goes for it. Second serve coming. And double. Was that a double fall or was that a let? I don't have the volume up, so I think it was a let. All right, second serve again. Here we go. Up the tee, neutral point going. Tsitsipas running around the backhand. I would think that they would exchange backhands. Here we go. Thiem's running around his backhand. Tsitsipas hits his backhand, flips the tape, lands in. Here we go. We're carrying forehand to backhand. We're going forehand to backhand again. Tsitsipas with the slice. Thiem runs around his backhand. Tsitsipas hitting his backhand. Thiem tries to be the first one to pull it up the line, as we talked about earlier, and misses it in the net. Yes, yes. Just like Wildlife 1 said here, Thiem is missing too much for the type of match he wants to play. Yes, Thiem has tried to gain the offensive position earlier. He just tried to do it there and has been missing the down the line shots. Again, when you have that one-hander, you're going to find yourselves into backhand to backhand rallies a lot. The best thing to do is stay cool, stick with it, and let the other person try to step around it and crank it up the line for the unforced error. And that's right what Thiem just did. First serve, Thiem out wide. That looked like a clean ace to the Tsitsipas forehand, and it was. So Tsitsipas still does have a break point opportunity. Thiem serving at 30-40 in the first set. So Wildlife 1 or Hitchhiker, how is the stream? Is it still clear? I can't tell, and this has never worked for me over a period of a couple of years. So let me know if it's still clear. Thiem serves out wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Thiem goes for the +1, closes it, and gets the right angle at the net. So he approached very well and put the volley away. So that's great coaching, and that's great tennis brilliance there. To go out wide, steps around the backhand, takes it, gives the right approach, comes in behind it at the right angle, and puts the ball away. That's textbook tennis. Thanks, Wildlife 1. Appreciate that. Let's go. Ow. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Geez, I wish this was Federer and Djokovic playing. All right, so Thiem serving at deuce. Here we go. Thiem goes out wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Thiem moving his opponent. Good lateral movement. Lateral movement. Tennis 101. Thiem had Tsitsipas moving laterally about 10 feet behind the baseline. What's going to happen if you have your opponent moving laterally 10 feet behind the baseline? Eventually, they're going to hit a short ball. That's what happened. Gave Thiem enough time to step in to gain some territory, stepped around the backhand there on the short ball, and thumped the forehand return. Really good job there. So Thiem now serving it at in to get it to 4-4. Here we go. First serve. Out wide to the Tsitsipas backhand. Tsitsipas does step into the backhand and misses it about 2 feet long. So we are now 4-4 first set. So been a good first set, by the way. This could be a tiebreaker venture here, but we'll see how it moves forward. Oh, man. I thought I just spilled. Hey, Jonathan, you mind putting me more ginger ale in that cup? Thank you, bro. All right, so 4-4 on serve in the first set. And Thiem just won the point there. Sorry, I was asking my son to grab me some what time is it for everyone? For me, it is 12:52 p.m. Central Standard Time right here in Dauphin, Alabama. Let's go. Tsitsipas serves out wide, misses it. So second serve. Hey. No. Keystone? All right, here we go. Sorry, I got the children's doing things. 12:30 a.m. So you're 12 hours ahead. So you're India, maybe? I don't know, somewhere in the 12-hour ahead time zone, because Australia would be what, 13, 14, 15 hours ahead. Wild Live One's 153. What's up? So you're in Eastern time zone then. Maybe there's some good football going on over there. Okay, so it's 15-all, 4-4. Tsitsipas serving. Thiem hits the return long. So Tsitsipas first serve. I knew it, India. You should, Hitchhiker, you should talk to Rahesh Kumar as well. Rahesh lives in Houston, but from India. A really beautiful person that's a big part of this family, and I really do mean that. So if you ever see Rahesh Kumar on the other shows, you should give him a shout out. Beautiful, beautiful guy, and was a big help overcoming this injury at this point. So Tsitsipas serving at 30-15. First serves a relatively changed up neutral ball, and that earned him the point. Let's talk about this for a minute. Why is it good to sometimes throw in an off-speed first serve? Think about it. Look at baseball. Do you think pitchers? Thank you very much. Do you think pitchers always throw the fastball? Well, why would if you always threw the fastball, it always get hit out of the park? Hold that thought. Tsitsipas serving 40-15. Nice serve to the Thiem backhand. Tsitsipas comes in for the +1. Bad volley though. Thiem tries the lob, and Tsitsipas with the amazing overhead. All right, so that's a really good hold for Tsitsipas, and a really bad idea from Thiem to go for the lob there. Tsitsipas had a chance to put the point away one shot prior to him hitting the overhead, which was kind of lucky. He even got that in the first place, and gave Thiem a relatively neutral volley for Thiem to work with. Thiem went for the lob, didn't put enough altitude on it, and Tsitsipas got a racket on it. It was to the Thiem forehand. If I was Thiem, I probably would have thumped the forehand right at Tsitsipas's face. I would have used the tactic of going at your opponent on that one. Rattle your opponent a little bit, piss him off, whatever you need to do. But I would have not gone for the passive lob in that situation. But again, that's just me. Lobs are great. A lob is what blew out my knee, by the way. Lobs are effective. They are effective in more than one way. So it's 5-4. Thiem serving on serve in the first set. I think at this point, if it goes into a tiebreaker, I'm going to think it's going to favor Tsitsipas, at least right now, because Tsitsipas's first serve percentage is at a much higher level, I think, at this point than Thiem's. Someone would have to tell me the stats on the actual first serve percentage, but Tsitsipas has been cruising through his service games for the most part, and Thiem's been a little bit more shaky on his service games. But again, Thiem will play out there all day long. Tsitsipas, if he has to stay out there too long, tends to lose a little bit of patience, gets a little bit of spastic going on sometimes. So we'll see what happens. All right, Thiem is serving at 4-5 on serve, first set. Here we go. Thiem must play to the backhand here. He must not give a Tsitsipas the ability to run around it. Serve to the backhand, good idea. and it's pushed wide. So if Thiem would listen here, play to the backhand at every opportunity. You can't help it if Tsitsipas runs around it and it hits the inside in or inside out forehand, but don't let him do that. Put more pressure on the shot that you're putting over there. Eliminate him from running around it. First serve looking. Thiem puts a nice first serve. It's a little bit long, so Thiem once again will be giving Tsitsipas an opportunity to look at another second serve. So Thiem, second serve, 15 love, serving at 4-5. Go to the backhand, Thiem. He does and doubles. Oh, I thought that it must have been a let on the first serve. So he went to the backhand, missed it 6 inches under the tape. Thiem with the second serve goes out wide to the backhand again. Neutral point. Use the slice here. So we're neutral still. And Tsitsipas makes the unforced error long. There's nothing wrong with throwing in the slice every now and then, by the way. I'll pick on Carla for a minute. When I played my wife in a match, and she's a really good player, and I'm not saying like, most people are talking about their wives playing and they're out there pushing the ball or something. Carla's a beast when she plays. She can play. Like, she'll get in your face and get grimy on you. Like, what? She can ball. But hold on, hold that thought. That looked out. But Thiem serving at 30 love. First set serving at 4-5. I thought that was an ace, but it was a little bit wide. So second serve, Thiem serving at 30 love. And I think he just double faulted. No, they're playing it, so it was good. And Tsitsipas with the unforced error into the net. And I forgot what I was making a point there about playing Carla on the court as a beast. Oh yeah, when I'm playing a really heavy hitting player that uses my pace and gives me back more pace, I always tell myself, okay, wait a minute, my screwdriver's not fixing this kitchen sink. I need to throw in something else like a hacksaw and throw in some slices and change the energy of the matchup. So if I were Thiem, I would try to slow him down here a little bit, kill him with some slowness, take the pace off. Thiem serving at 40 love. Nice neutral body serve to Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas is cranking the backhand one-hander with topspin. Here we go, backhand to backhand. Topspin backhand to Thiem. Thiem sends it wide and long. So that's the strategy here. If again you're playing right-handed players, especially one-handed players. I'm a one-handed player. I've played one-handed. All my kids play one-handed. We've coached them all one-handed. The only downfall of the one-hander is if you're not catching the ball early and you're letting it get up above the zenith of the ball, the height of its altitude, you're letting it get too high and behind you, you're in trouble. Thiem serves out wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. He goes for the +1. Tsitsipas tracks it down. Thiem with the overhead gives it right back to Tsitsipas. Beautiful textbook backhand volley for the cross-court winner on serve 5-5 in the first set. So a long first set. I mean, this started at 12. It's almost 1, and we're still at 5-5 in the first. But when you're playing someone that is using your pace and you can't crack through their goods. So if I've got a sword in my hand and a shield, and I'm going after this person with my sword, and they keep blocking my sword from smashing through their neck, then I got to do something. Maybe I need to go for the legs or something. The moral of the story is if you are using pace and the pace isn't working and it's coming back at you faster and more consistently, throw in the slice. I haven't seen Thiem do that yet. Thiem jumps at the backhand return, gives Tsitsipas a neutral ball. Tsitsipas steps around the backhand for the inside out and forces the Thiem error, which is going to be cross court to Tsitsipas, but Tsitsipas was at the net to clean it up either way. It wouldn't have mattered if that ball went over the net or not because Tsitsipas was right there to eat it up. Hitchhiker says, who has the better backhand, Thiem or Tsitsipas? I think it's Tsitsipas. The only reason why I say that, he has the ability to thump it a little bit harder. Not that hitting hard answers the tale or solves the riddle, but I think just the overall beauty of it, I think Tsitsipas is more fluid with it, and he doesn't jump at it as much like Thiem does. Body serve. See, look at Thiem just jumped at his backhand return. So here we go. We got forehand to forehand. Now we've worked it to backhand to backhand. Tsitsipas steps around the backhand, goes inside in up the line. Another forehand cross court. Thiem with a beautiful pass, with a very lucky forehand down the line over the high part of the net, but just enough to sneak through. So here we are, 15-all. This is a big game for both players right here. This is a really big game here at 5-5 in the first set. And furthermore, I'm curious to see which one of these guys may go away after they win or lose the first set. So who can hang out? Who can dig in the longest? And I think that will favor TM at this point. So we're even, Steven, 15 all. First set, 5-5. Tsitsipas serving first serve. Here we go. Tsitsipas neutral ball. TM jumps at his backhand return, and there you have it. The backhand goes long once again. So think about that. You ask who has the better backhand, Dominic Thiem or Stefanos Tsitsipas. It has to be Stefanos Tsitsipas. Again, if you watch the amount of backhands that TM hits, he jumps and then hits. Not good. Okay, TM got a racket on the backhand return. Ball's in play, forehand to forehand, and Tsitsipas with the unforced error out wide, which sucks when you're playing forehand to forehand on your consistent wings and you miss that out wide. So that's when you get frustrated. So I'm curious to see if Tsitsipas will be rattled by that easy forehand cross court error that went 6 feet wide. So we'll see. Tsitsipas serving 30 all, 5-5 first set. Ball coming. Tsitsipas serves to the backhand of Thiem right at the tee, misses it about 6 inches long. Second serve coming. Thiem would love to have this. I'd be aggressive here. Go. He is aggressive. Misses the forehand long. If anybody watched that, you've heard me gripe about people that hit forehands like this and hit, come around their head. I've talked about this in this video already about 3 times. Hit, back here. Hit, back here. It's too cute. It's too Nadal-esque. Nadal can do it, but anybody else that tries to do it, you're just wasting your time. Leave this to Nadal. Tsitsipas serves, great serve up the tee, and forces the error from Thiem. Ball sails long, and Tsitsipas is now 6-5. Thiem serving after the break, and they will serve for a tiebreaker here shortly. So the Wild Live 1 mentions here, and we were on the same brainwave. This Wild Live 1 must be like a brother from another mother or something. Because Wild Live 1 mentioned earlier in this video that I noticed that when Stefanos Tsitsipas served, he served and then fell away. Like, so when you serve, instead of carrying energy into the court, Tsitsipas was serving and then falling to his left. This is a common error in the game. When you're a right-handed player, you tend to serve and fall to the left if you're not balanced. If you're a left-handed player, you tend to serve and fall to the right. So great eye here. But just a moment ago, I was looking at Thiem jumping into the ball, and I've been talking about Thiem jumping before he hits his one-handed backhand. So let me put this one into perspective. So when I'm playing, we have mind, we have body, and we have this darn tennis ball that is independent of mind and body. So if this ball, my fist is a ball, and this is independent of my mind and body, this ball has nothing to do with my body moving up or down. So this ball is on a trajectory. It bounces, and the ball is coming up. And I want to hit this ball as it reaches its zenith, the height. I want to catch it early. I want to hit it right here and now. So if my eyes lock into target with my racket, that's an extension of my hand, and my mind and body tell my preparation, or if I even said that right, if I'm preparing to hit a ball, I need to be set and ready. Now, if my racket is coming around, I'm swinging at the last second, I jump up. Now, my mind and body is ready to meet this ball at a sweet spot like this. But if I jump up before I hit, now when I jump, my racket's up here. The ball's not going to move with me if I jump, right? The ball is independent of me. It's not attached to my body. It's not attached to my mind. It's independent of me. So if I'm locked and loaded to hit, here comes the ball, and I'm coming around, and I'm hitting at the last second, I jump up. We tend to miss because we tend to shank those balls or hit them outside of the sweet spots, which leads to an issue in consistency. And TM does that a lot. So that is equally as bad as falling away from your serve when you hit it. So here we go. TM serving at love 15, first serve, wide to the Tsitsipas backhand. And they were about to get into a backhand-to-backhand rally until the wonderful TM misses once again. So the unforced error count, if anybody has that, does anybody have the unforced error count? Because it has to be largely in Tsitsipas's favor there in terms of unforced errors. Tsitsipas's first serve percentage has to be higher, and as well, the unforced error count for Tsitsipas has to be lower. First serve coming to the Tsitsipas backhand, short ball, and TM takes advantage of this +1. So serve +1 looks really good there from Dominic Thiem. and it is now 15:30. Stefanos does have a window here, though, at the 15:30, though. So right now, Tsitsipas is 2 points from the set. Let's see if the young whippersnapper can pull this off. All right, Thiem serving 15:30. First set, 5-6. This is an important point here. Ball goes in. Oh, and he misses another first serve, and that one wasn't even close. Thiem, I tell you what, if he gets to a 15:40 here, this is going to be a problem. Second serve coming from Thiem. He goes out wide to the Tsitsipas backhand, and the serve plus one worked again there. And that wasn't a bad return by Tsitsipas. It was a great serve out wide into the ad court. To the Tsitsipas backhand. Tsitsipas jumped a little bit at it, so it delayed his return, his footwork return, getting back to the center of the court by a millisecond. But tennis is a game of milliseconds. If we're a millisecond late to recover, then the ball that we're trying to get is going to be a millisecond faster than we are. So Thiem did a good job with the serve plus one there. First serve in, nice body serve to the Tsitsipas backhand. Short ball for Thiem. Thiem steps up and thumps it cross court. So it's now 40-30. So we have a game point for Dominic Thiem here at 40-30. So we're real close to the tiebreaker here. And that would mean a tiebreaker, Tsitsipas would serve first. That's the beautiful thing about tiebreakers is it doesn't really matter who serves first. Here's a poll question. If you're a player and you win the toss, do you usually elect to serve or to receive? Think about that. Do you elect to serve or receive, and why? Thiem, first serve to the Tsitsipas backhand. Swing volley from Thiem. He gives it to Tsitsipas neutral, and now we're in a neutral point. He gives Tsitsipas a weak ball, so we're neutral, right up the center of the court. Tsitsipas gets a short ball, gives it back to Thiem neutral, and Thiem passes Tsitsipas up the line, but misses it long. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, woo. Wild Live One said exactly right here. Way too many errors on big shots. That was a neutral ball for a winner. And doubles, when we're teaching doubles tactics, it's down the middle solves the riddle. He had a down the middle winner over the low part of the net and missed it by 3 feet long. That can't happen. So we're serving it deuce 6-5 in the first set, 5-6 rather. So let's see what Thiem can do. I'd serve to the body, close to the backhand side. He went for it. I think it clipped the tape and went long. They may give him a first serve on that one. I'm not sure. Anyway, here we go. Thiem goes for the up the tee shot again to the Tsitsipas backhand, and Tsitsipas misses the one-hander into the net. So Thiem knows what to do now. He is steadily working the backhand off of the first serve. So Thiem knows he has a strategy, but can he execute? I don't know if he can execute. So let's see what happens. Thiem knows now to serve the first to the backhand, but can he continue it? Out wide to the backhand here. There it goes and misses it. And that one wasn't even close as well. So what is Thiem going to give Tsitsipas on the second serve? Jam him to the body? Does he go out wide to the backhand again? I would, but I would not serve up the tee here on the second serve look for the tall Tsitsipas. He gives him the body serve. Tsitsipas takes the one-hander on a jump. Thiem approaches, and classic textbook tennis, closed off the angle with the proper position of approach into the open court with the easy backhand volley. So we're 6-6, headed for a tiebreaker in the first. So, okay, so the poll question a minute ago, I forgot what it was. I already forgot what it was. It was something. Can someone remind me what that was? Forgot. Oh, do you elect to serve or to receive? When I play, I always elect to receive. I want someone else to serve first, because if I can break them early, then I can hold on mine. I would hate starting a match down. So if I start a match and I elect to serve and then I automatically cough up a bad service game, then I'm kind of deflated. So I always like to receive first. All right, second serve, tiebreaker. Thiem with the aggressive return after the neutral ball. So they're forehand down the line. And I want to say Tsitsipas just missed that. I couldn't tell. Are they calling that out? I think there's some commotion going on here on this one. Maybe even a challenge there. Yes, indeed. And it was out. All right, here we go. So 1-0 in the tiebreaker. So Thiem got a little mini break. So let's see if he can capitalize on that. All right, Thiem, what are you going to do here? I would suggest you continue to pick on Tsitsipas's backhand with the first serve. Go out wide to the backhand, flip the tape way out. So we have a second serve here. Second serve, I would kick it into the body, jam him, make him guess. So let's see if he does that. Jams him into the body, jumps for the one-hander. Thiem steps around the inside out, forces the error from Tsitsipas. Thiem now up 2-0. Great point construction from Thiem there, as Wildlife One just said. I agree with you absolutely 100% wholeheartedly. Textbook tennis, I still think that in order to be the best in the world and eventually win a major 3 out of 5 sets, that you've got to hit that backhand. He won that point, Thiem, that is, by running around his backhand and hitting the inside out. But again, you have to hit that backhand eventually. You will never be a great tennis player unless you can hit the backhand. Serve out wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Thiem comes in, closes the angle. Nice volley, puts it away with the overhead. We got a 3-0 breaker with Thiem up 3-0. So if Thiem runs away with this breaker, is Tsitsipas going to be able to dig deep, to stay away from getting upset, to keep his head cool? Again, it's not like the Australian Open where he's playing Roger Federer and he's thinking to himself, man, if I win this, then geez, my face is going to be all over newspapers and blah 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 blah. This match is a match where he can afford to get upset, and can his young mind stay in it? 65 serves, tries to go out wide to the Thiem backhand, misses it by 174 feet. So Thiem's going to get a look at a second serve. Here we go, out wide to the Thiem backhand again. Great shot to open the court up by Tsitsipas, and then he executes the backhand one-hander topspin winner cross court. So it is now 3-1 or 1-3. So Tsitsipas is serving at 1-3 breaker in the first. Did anybody notice they just replayed that point? The shot that Thiem hit prior to Tsitsipas's winner, Thiem hits the forehand and follows through behind his head. I wish players would stop doing that. All right, point going, neutral ball, forehand to forehand. Thiem misses the easy forehand into the net. So now we are at 3-2. Thiem still up a mini break in the breaker at 6-6. So 3-2, Thiem serving tiebreaker. Thiem's unforced error count is just absolutely nailing him. I mean, just absolutely nailing him. Wildlife One, is this still clear? Or Wainam Chia? All right, Thiem serving at 3-2 in the first. Here we go. Nice serve out wide to the Tsitsipas backhand, and it is wide, 4-2. So if Thiem can continue to not worry about how much power he puts on his first serve and thinks about placement over power, let's place the first serve with some kicks, so when it jumps off the ground, it gets a little high, gets out of Thiem's comfort strike zone. Let's make, or not Thiem, but Tsitsipas. Let's get the high kicker out wide on the ad-induced court. Let's give him more of a body serve so he has to fidget and guess. Let's get the ball where it gets out of his strike zone. Let's get it up in his grill, and let's see if we can create some unforced errors. And that's what Thiem has been doing here the last couple of service games. His service games have become more consistent and at least owning them because of that tactic. So he's beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm curious what Tsitsipas does about it in the second set. Thiem serving at 4-2, first set, tiebreaker. Here we go. First serve to the Tsitsipas forehand, and draws a bad angle shank from Tsitsipas on the return. So Thiem now has a 5-2 lead in the breaker, with Tsitsipas about to serve at 2-5. I think Tsitsipas challenged that, but it was way out. Again, I wear Coke bottle-sized contacts. I saw that one. Save the Hawkeye deal or whatever, but that was way out. All right, so Tsitsipas serving at 2-5. Tsitsipas should play the same strategy. It's just who executes the strategy better. Tsitsipas should serve wide to the backhand here. Does he do it? He does do it. Gets an easy return. Here comes the slice by Thiem. Good idea. We were talking about that earlier. Let's work the slice. Thiem uses, but Thiem just jumped at his backhand and missed it. Look, if you were watching that, I have indicated this whole show that the problem with Thiem's backhand is that he jumps at the damn thing so much. Stop jumping at your backhand, bro. The ball is independent of body. If my body jumps, my racket moves with it. It's hard to stay on target if you're jumping at it. Thiem just did that, popped it up. There's unforced error. Stop jumping, bro. Tsitsipas with the nice body serve, as I was talking about. Give them the body serve. The serve at the body is tough to deal with because the racket is generally 27 inches long. Most rackets are 27 inches long from butt to top. If you get the plus version, like Andy Roddick always played with the Babolat Pure Drive Plus, it was a half inch longer, so 27 and a half inches instead of 27 inches. But when the ball comes to the body, if I have a racket that's 27 inches long, I have to be able to maneuver myself to get my string bed on it. So the body serve or the body shot is highly workable at any point in time. So here we go. Neutral point. Tsitsipas, neutral point. That was wide. I think it is now 5-5. Tsitsipas and Thiem were just in a neutral forehand to forehand and neutral position, center hash mark to center hash mark. And Dominic Thiem managed to miss that one about 3.5 inches wide. So here we go. So it is now 5-5. Thiem had this in the bag, had a couple of bad unforced errors. If I was Thiem's coach, I'd be taking notes on the sideline. And after this match, I would take him to the practice court and practice before he even ate. All right, here we go. Thiem, 5-5. First serve going. Up the tee. That one looked good. That was an ace. So Thiem now has a match point. Or excuse me, set point. Set point. So let's see if Thiem can win this match. Not win the match. Win this set on this match point. So if I am Tsitsipas here, what do? I'm serving to the body. I'm not risking painting any lines here. I'm serving to the body, and I'm going to make Thiem jump at his backhand. I'm serving to the body. He went up the tee. Thiem got it. The +1 did not work for Tsitsipas. Thiem is running it down the high lob. Oh, that's a great overhead for Tsitsipas. It is now 6-6 in the first set tiebreaker. So we are all square. It doesn't get more even than it is now. 6-6, switching sides, tiebreaker in the first. Yeah, there's Mortagaloo again. Yeah, they show that guy. It seems like Mortagaloo always pops up. He's like a jack in the box. I get it, his student or he's part of the coaching staff for Tsitsipas, but it doesn't matter if they're showing a tennis match and it's Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean King. Somehow Mortagaloo's gonna pop up. He's like the Joker. He just pops up everywhere. Bing, 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 bing. It's like a paid advertisement on your cell phone, but it's an audience at a tennis tournament. All right, so first serve for Tsitsipas goes long. So Thiem now has a look at a Tsitsipas second serve. If I'm Tsitsipas, I'm going to the body here with the kicker. Exactly what happens. Thiem takes the cute-looking return forehand like this, and somehow got that ball in, and then Tsitsipas makes an errant return off of that shot. So we have a set point, and I believe it's the second set point for Dominic Thiem on his racket. So Dominic Thiem right now has this set on his racket. Can he do it? His first serve percentage has been relatively low. So if I am Thiem here, I tell myself, hey, let's put some pressure on this serve. Let's not try to do much with it except place it. Let's get it wide to the backhand. Goes up the tee, beautiful serve, and executed that one wonderfully. Forced error in the net by Tsitsipas. Thiem takes the first set, 7-6. So really good first set right there. Really good first set. And again, before this match even started, I know a lot of us were talking about who we thought would win and why. But at the end of the day, though, I think Thiem has put so much work into his game and so much work into his body. It's quite incredible, and he's been doing it since I think it was a Wildlife One or Hitchhiker earlier in this broadcast indicated that no, he's done it longer for than the French Open. He's been doing it since Indian Wells, where he beat Federer. So that was a good knowledge drop here. So while they're changing sides real quick, I'm going to jump up just real fast so I can get ready for the second set. So I'm going to just set this down for a moment, okay? All right, coming back. Carla, is that you? You did. Oh. Who brought you the ball? All right, so the crew is back. Carla's on her lunch break from her teaching, so the crew's back momentarily. All right, so second set beginning. See if Carla will come in and you want to give a shout out? You got to teach lessons already? Oh, it's 122. All right, so here we go. Good luck, Carla. You're doing great. All right, check out the statistics. This is on the screen. When losing the first set, Stefano Tsitsipas is 11-20. When winning the first set, Tsitsipas has a largely winning record. So here we go. 0-0 first set. Tsitsipas serving. We are now in. Oh, sorry, I missed what happened there. I saw the winner, but my son brought me something. All right, here we go. So Tsitsipas is 15-love second set. Or love 15 rather. Thiem is serving. All right, here we go. Thiem serving. First serve in, up the tee. Good looking serve. A little bit long though. Right idea. Second serve. Here we go. So Thiem, second serve coming. Out wide to the Tsitsipas backhand. Thiem steps around the backhand, goes for the inside in up the line. Tsitsipas is there to get it. And Thiem has an unfortunate error that puts him in a small hole here at love 30. All right, here we go. See, now that I got all my kids here, the chance of them behaving is like 0. So again, if there's ambient noise or I have to, discipline kids, then no worries. All right, so here we go. Thiem is serving at love 30 in the first game of the second set. So here goes Thiem. First serve going. Fairly neutral serve. I don't really. It seems like all of Thiem's serves in this first service game of the second set have been all neutral. So I don't know why he's elected to go to the body. Hey, Gabby, can you go with your brother in there? Because he's going to start getting a little excited with all that. At least for maybe like 20 more minutes or so. Is that cool? Thank you. You're a beautiful little girl, and he's a handsome young man. All right. Thank you, buddy. All right, here we go. Nice point here. Hey guys. Yeah, it's like a zoo in here. You get 5 kids. Watch out. Watch out. So, all right. So we'll get more focused back into here. It's nice to have the kids home. You get kids come and you watch the viewers drop. It went from like 24 viewers to like 4 as soon as the kids jumped in the picture. Come on, you gotta love the children's. You gotta love the children's. All right, Thiem serving at 15-40. Second set. Here we go. Thiem serves. I would go to the backhand again. He was going wide to the forehand into the deuce court, and then Tsitsipas missed the return to the net, but it was out anyway. So second serve coming. Thiem goes out wide, but misses the forehand easy out wide. Does anybody know what the unforced error count is at this point in the match? It has to be double for Thiem than it is Tsitsipas. I would think it has to be double, somewhere close to double. Jonathan, do you mind revealing this for me? So the early break for Tsitsipas, I bet you the crowd is excited about that. If I'm at the O2 in London and that happens, I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, that I agree with Wildlife One here. That was just here's his quote, not my words. Wildlife One says that was just an inexplicably awful game. Yeah, that makes you wonder if there's some WWE wrestling writing behind that. You go from winning a really tight first set to just coughing up a service game like you didn't even care. Interesting. All right, here we go. Tsitsipas serving second set, 1-0 up 15-love. Here we go. Tsitsipas misses the first set, 6 inches below the tape. Tsitsipas with the second serve. Thank you very much. Tsitsipas with the second serve goes out wide to the Thiem backhand, and he goes behind him for the winner, which is a great tactic. A great tactic is when you're serving into the deuce court, or excuse me, the ad court with a right-handed player, go out wide to their backhand, which makes them have to force themselves to recover a lot faster to the center of the court. Knowing that, you go right behind them, and you don't have to use such an acute angle. If you just go right behind their feet, they're done, because it's hard to stop and transition energy with the feet pointing that way. If you're on the move that way, even if it's in a slight, if you just turned and faced this way, to stop your momentum, to turn your feet back and then go the other way is very difficult. So going behind the player is a great shot. All right, so here we go. Let's see if the WWE tactics for crowd ticket sales and concession stands works. Tsitsipas serving at 40 love, and Thiem hits the ball long. So here we are at 2-0. Tsitsipas in the second set. This is where the concessions guy was like, hey, man, I still got, over 3,000 hot dogs here in my cart. Heineken guy calls like, yo, I still got like 7 kegs that I haven't tapped yet. And then the guy that's at the candy place is like, yeah, I still got all these gummy bears and all these popcorn. Is there any way we can get the second set, to kind of go by quickly so we can keep these people here for the third? Yeah. All right, so here we go. So it's 2-0. And Thiem is serving, and Thiem just won the first point of the third game in the second set. So Thiem won the first set 7-6, and it is love 2. Thiem serving in the second set, and Thiem is up 15 love. So Thiem serves the first ball, goes to the forehand side of Tsitsipas, and Tsitsipas misses the return. I don't know where Thiem's mindset went. Hitchhiker says, admit it, Justin, you love WWE. Actually, I don't. I really am not a fan of that at all. I just am not. I never have been, not even as a kid when it was popular. I just haven't been. But sometimes in tennis, sometimes the match outcomes are so crazy, you just have to question it sometimes. Not there. I'm being light. This is different. I'm not insinuating that here, but it just seems odd that Thiem had the strategy figured out, going to the Tsitsipas backhand repeatedly from the serve to the ground stroke game, and now it's like all changed. Even though Thiem dug out the first set with that strategy, now he's going to change it. So again, it's just a little bit for question when you're at this level of the game. There's an old saying: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Then if you just beat someone in the first set by using it, why would you change to another tool? Anyway, so here we go. Thiem serving up the tee. That's a beautiful serve. I think it was a little bit wide. I think Tsitsipas indicates it might have been a little bit wide. So Thiem's second serve, serving at 15-30. Serve and volleyed on that. A nice volley, but didn't do enough with it. Tsitsipas with the lob. Thiem ran it down, and Tsitsipas was there to greet him for an easy put away. So it is double break point right now in the second set for Tsitsipas to go up 3-0. So Wild Live 1 over here says Thiem is falling apart. I don't know about that Wild Live 1. I'm telling you, I think the concessions dude is like, yo, tournament director, can someone ring the racket bag of one of those guys so when they see on the changeover that we got more concessions to sell, if they can just make this match a little bit longer? I think it's one of those deals. All right, so Thiem serves out wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Doesn't do enough with the +1. Now we're in a neutral rally. Tsitsipas gains the offensive advantage, drives the forehand at the line for the easy point. That is break done. That is 3-0 Tsitsipas in a hurry. The second set started not long ago. I mean, not long ago at all. And let's just say that it's 3-0 in a hurry. I think the first set, we were still like 35 minutes in, and we were at 2-2. It said 3-0, second set in a hurry. So again, the peculiar aspect of Thiem at this point is, why did we go from serving first and second serves? First serve was a good recipe to go to the Tsitsipas backhand. The second serve was good to go at the body. Most of Thiem's first and second serves here have been either body then forehand, or forehand then body. So his serve placement is shifted here in the second set. Now I wish I had like some statistical graph. What's up, young man? What's up, bro? Hey, can I get some high fives over here? Why can't I get some high fives from the daughter? What's up? Got the dog over here. I got little Justin Jr. What's up, Justin Jr.? Katana, I got Katana the dog. What's up, Katana the dog? Huh? Okay, go out. Go away. You need a bath, by the way. Get lost. Oh, 5K Tennis just said, hi, Justin. Is that Carla? Is this Carla over here? Carla, you should be teaching. I just see 5K tennis over here that says, hi, Justin. That means Carla's in the mix. What's up, girl? Doing big things out there on that court. I got a commercial here, so I don't like advertisements. I think they're whack. Let's make sure this is still streaming good. Well, I'll ask you guys out there, is it still clear? Wild Live 1, is this still clear? If it is, I'm going to be so impressed. I'm pumped up about that. Let's go. The finalist of this tournament, stat of the day, finalist of this tournament gets 1.3 million, and the champion gets 2.65 million. Wow. They try to make the last tournament of the year interesting, I guess you could say. All right, here we go. So Tsitsipas is serving at 3-0. Now, here's a question. If you are Dominic Thiem, do you take the throttle off of the gas here and conserve energy for the third set? Or do you still try to win this third or the second set? I say dig deep, bro. Go back to the strategy. Let's get it done. But Thiem could go away here for the second set and conserve. So Tsitsipas serves to the Thiem backhand. Here we go, the inside in up the line. Now, I think we're going to find ourselves in a backhand rally, but negative, Ghost Rider. That pattern is full, and Thiem just drops the slice right into the net. So either we have Thiem that's going to go away for this set to conserve energy for a lights-out third, or Thiem has fallen apart, like Wild Live 1 said earlier. Tsitsipas with a nice serve to the body, missed it by a little bit. Or excuse me, I said Thiem. Tsitsipas is serving. So Tsitsipas with the body serve, missed it long. Tsitsipas second serve coming. Here we go. Thiem jumped at the backhand return. What happens when you jump at the backhand when you return? That's exactly what happens. We miss shots. The ball is not connected to our body and mind. The ball is independent of body and mind. If you jump at your backhand or any shot for that matter before you hit, you're screwed. Stay down. Don't jump. Tsitsipas is now up 40 love. So it looks like Thiem is going to go away on this set and prepare for the third is what it looks like. And like Hitchhiker said over here, this could be a bagel. And Hitchhiker, let me ask you a question, because when you wrote that, I was thinking that this could be a bagel coming. If it was you on the court, would you let the bagel happen, or would your ego tell you, I don't want to get bageled by anyway? It sucks. It sucks when you get bageled. It really sucks when you get bageled. It's bad. It takes your ego on. It takes your confidence on. It takes your manhood in, or it takes your manhood on. Like if Carla plays me and I get bageled, I just feel like a young buck. But do you let this set away from you now? Do you conserve energy here for $2.65 million? Well, Thiem just got a short ball and lit it up with the swing volley towards the net. So it was a short forehand, and he took it he didn't have to go inside. He kind of danced around it a little bit and then took it kind of partially inside and out. So Thiem's at 15 love serving here in the second set, down love 4. So what happens here? What does Thiem do? Serves out wide with Tsitsipas backhand, forces the air, and Tsitsipas jumped at that return and hits it into the net. Who are some other players out there that are young that jump at their shots? Denis Shapovalov is one. Felix Auger-Aliassime is one. Monfils is a veteran and jumps at them all the time just to highlight the camera reels. But camera reels isn't what we do. It's not what we're supposed to do. Thiem with the short ball comes in behind it, forces the air from Tsitsipas. So we have 40 love for Dominic Thiem here at love 4 in the second set. So I see Carlos over here writing. What does Carla say? How is Justin doing? Get down. And then she says, Tsitsipas will be a champion. I think he will be a champion as long as he stays cool, calm, collected, and stops jumping at his balls. Wildlife One says, I don't like to consider scripted results, meaning in tennis, but it's a real possibility. But sets like this make you wonder. So Carla says here, Dimitrov. Carla, why did you mention Dimitrov? Then she says, all right, bye. Time to teach. So again, she's out on courts waiting for our students to show up. She had a short lunch break where she literally came in, out, shoved something in her mouth, and left. But she's doing a great job. All right, so if you were Dominic Thiem right now, do you let this set go away from you? Do you just cough up the set in order to conserve for the third, or do you try to fight your way back into the second set? That's a tough question from different levels. Do you want to get bageled? No. is it good to put a game on the board for your own mind moving into a third set, knowing you would like to have at least some motivation of some fight in you? When you get bageled, it's tough to find some fight in you. However, I think if I were TM, knowing the first set was so tight, knowing I'm so far down in a hole at this point in the second set, that I probably go ahead and let the second set go. Only because I know it was so tight in the first. I can't expect to roll off 3 games in a row right now against this guy. Not saying you want to ever say something's over. The match isn't over. It's just they're about to split sets. So you do have to ask yourself, if I'm in this match, it's the end of the season. How much do I have to risk in this match? Like the other day, I watch a lot of football, and I was watching a college football game, and Alabama Crimson Tide was playing, and they had their quarterback in there, Tua Tagovailoa, and they were up 38-7 and late in the game, and they left him in there. And lo and behold, he fractures his hip or dislocates his hip. So you have to ask yourself, sometimes when the tough get going, what's the best thing to do? You have to ask yourself, how much time do I have left to correct this narrative? Like Hitchhiker just said, this set is gone. And I agree with him. As close as the match has been, this second set is gone. So what more do we want to put into this second set if that's how we really think? So like Hitchhiker said here, the momentum is with Tsitsipas now. However, is that momentum only momentum because Thiem got down an early break and realizes that sometimes those early breaks will cost us an entire set really quickly, and maybe I should just kind of ease up off the throttle a little bit. So, it's kind of interesting kind of feeling that out. But we'll see here in this game. If it becomes 5-1 Tsitsipas, and Tsitsipas is serving at 4-1, 15 love, if it becomes 5-1, I would think Thiem will basically get broken in his 5-1 game. A great shot by Thiem with the backhand winner going, no, he missed it long. Oh, so Tsitsipas, again, is 2 points away from the game to go up 5-1. So Tsitsipas is serving at 4-1. Second set, 30 love. First serve coming. Here we go. The score. So Panicos GR says, how is the score? The score is Dominic Thiem won the first set 7-6. Tsitsipas is up a very quick 4-1 in the second set with a lot of momentum, as Hitchhiker's been saying. I agree with him. And Tsitsipas is serving up 40 love 4-1 in the second set. He serves the ball out wide to Thiem's backhand. Thiem doesn't even move because he missed it largely. Second serve coming from Tsitsipas. Body serve at the body. Thiem goes for the lack of patient return and shanks the forehand right into the net. Or shanks, I meant to say swat. So Thiem again here. I wouldn't be shocked if Thiem gets broken serving at 1-5 in the second. Maybe he wants the scoreboard to look a little bit more favorable. Again, sometimes as men, we look at the scoreboards and we're like, no, I have to make the score look better because then the crowd will think I'm weak or something. And that's another thing that coaching and sports psychologists try to get out of your mind. So here Thiem serves wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Tsitsipas slices the backhand return. I would pull that out of the hat a little bit more. Tsitsipas with a nice forehand up the line. Thiem closes, goes behind Tsitsipas, and Thiem is there to meet the easy put away high volley. So here Thiem still putting up a little fight here at 15 love, down 1-5 in the second set. So again, from a coaching perspective, this is something you go over with your player, just like in football. Teams go over the 2-minute drill with your players. Well, you have to go over with your players on court. What happens if you win a first set and you're down 1-5 in the second? What do you do? How do you play it? How do you conserve? What's your thought process? Are you going to let anger get the best of you? So Thiem just pulled a lights out serve out wide into the ad court to Tsitsipas's backhand. He reads the short ball upcoming. Thiem takes the +1. And puts it cross court and too good. So that's what you say, too good. Can't do terribly much about that. Wildlife One says Thiem's wildness on ground strokes is a real problem. I expect to continue in the third set. You're right. He jumps at his shots a lot. When he tries to get that Nadal-esque type of follow through, the Nadal-esque meaning instead of hitting through the ball, he hits and then retreats his arm around his ear, kind of like Nadal. But again, Nadal is the one that needs to do that. Just like there, Thiem misses the relatively easy short backhand cross court wide. Now, a lot of people will see that shot that Thiem just missed off his backhand wing. That was a short ball. It is very difficult for a one-handed player to come up to a short ball and to really rip a one-hander cross court. It's difficult to do that. If you hit with the one-handed backhand, you understand that. It's not easy to do that. Sometimes pulling in the drop shot there is more beneficial than going for the heavy topspin one-hander from a short court. So that's another thing that Thiem should look at. If I'm Thiem on that last point, I don't pull off. See, and if you're hitting from a short court and the ball is down below your knees, you have to really get under the ball to spin it up and over from being in a short court. So, by the way, Thiem just held the service game. It's 5-2 now, and Tsitsipas is about to serve for the set. I think the set is basically over. But let's look at the difficulty of hitting a short ball, one-handed backhand from a short court. So think about this. If the net in the center is 36 inches, depending on how the court setup is, the high part of the net can go up an inch or two going towards the doubles or single sidelines if the court is set for doubles, etc. So the low part of the net center is 36 inches, 3 feet. So on these courts, there's a double sideline, so the height of the net does increase. I think by the legality aspects of it, I think it's an inch or an inch and a half that the net increases over the high side of the net. So if I'm running up for a short ball and I am over into the ad court around the center service box area and I hit with a one-handed backhand and I am going for a winner from the short area of the court, and the ball is below my knees, that means I have to get my racket head really far below that ball, even though it's already below my knees, and pull with spin that ball up and over the net. Easier said than done from the short court. If you're from the back court, the baseline area you're behind, the ball has time to use your spin and gain altitude and then, of course, arc down on the other side of the net. If I'm on a short court, in other words, near the service line, by the time my ball is gaining an altitude, it's already hit the tape. So again, it's difficult to do that. Winners from the service line, way on the backhand side of the ad court. So Thiem just looked like he kind of pulled the trigger on that, or Tsitsipas rather, and it just didn't work out very well. But here we are. So Tsitsipas is up 5-2, second set. And I have a feeling the service game will go relatively quickly, but let's see what happens. All right, here Tsitsipas goes. First serve's in. Nice body serve. Thiem gets a racket on it. Tsitsipas goes for the outright aggressive forehand and misses it, hits the tape, and goes wide. So Thiem's probably pretty happy about that, but I don't know how happy because Tsitsipas is still up a double break here in the second set. So while I've won, I think mentioned Thiem's wildness on ground strokes is a real problem. I expect to continue in the third set. Tsitsipas has gotten a little wild here. A nice serve up the tee to the Thiem forehand. Looked like Thiem was leaning towards the backhand once again and got kind of caught off guard there a little bit. Nice choice by Tsitsipas to go up the tee. All right, here we go. So Tsitsipas serving 15 all up 5-2. First serve out wide. I think that looked like an ace. Thiem looking at it, but I think it looked pretty good. So Tsitsipas 2 points away from the set, and Tsitsipas serving at 30-15. So here we go. I love the way Thiem plays, or Tsitsipas plays. He plays fast. First serve already going to the Thiem forehand again. Here we go to the backhand rally, and Thiem immediately pulls one long. So double set point to even this match up at 1 set apiece right here, right now. So Tsitsipas, here we are at 2 set points on his racket. Here we go. Tsitsipas serving two set points. Here we go. Misses the first serve, but long, so second serve upcoming. Second serve goes where? Body serve makes Thiem guess. He jumps around it, hits the forehand. Thiem has a beautiful forehand cross court for the winner, and Tsitsipas is now serving for set point number 2, serving at 40-30. All right, here we go. So Thiem again playing fast. Thiem. Tsitsipas playing fast, steps back up to serve. Set point number 2, ball in. Again, here I go wide to the backhand and call it a day. Let's go. He does go wide to the backhand, forces the forced error return. We are split at 1 set apiece. So third set is going to start here quickly. I'm going to jump up real quick, and so I can sit back down here and be ready for the complete third set. So we'll call it a quick intermission, and I'll be right back. Guys, you doing okay? Appreciate it, guys. All right. See if I can sit back down in this chair. Oh, yes. I love that. Not really. All right. Boom. Third set. Here we go. Let's go. See which one of these guys wants to get down. I still think Dominic Thiem pulls this out. Okay, taking bets right now just for fun. Who wins the match? Taking bets right now for fun. Thiem wins it, or does Tsitsipas win it? Who's got who? Who wins? I'm going to go ahead and tell you who wins this match right now is who gains, like I said before the match started, who gains the offensive position closer to the baseline or inside the baseline from the get-go. Which one of these young bucks? Okay, Wild Live One called in his bet. Wild Live One is taking Tsitsipas to win. I am taking Thiem to win. Who's got who? Hitchhiker, who you got? Wayne M. Chia, who you got? Pinicos GR, who you got? Ghost Maniac, who you got? I think this is going to be a 6-3 set for Dominic Thiem. I do not think that the errors will keep up like they did for Thiem in the second set. All right, so far we have Tsitsipas as the favorite to win, but again, I am taking Dominic Thiem. I think Dominic Thiem is on a bathroom break, by the way. So I can't blame him for that. So Adam Ljungström, Thiem wins easily. I agree with Adam. I'm with Adam on this one. Let's go, Adam. Come on. I'm all solo here with my Thiem pick. Let's go. All right, Thiem's back out. Let's go. Come on. It'll be a good set right. All right, so I'm going to get pumped for this one. Get motivated. Hitchhiker says Tsitsipas. Man, okay, so Adam and I here are like solo on this one. So let's see what happens. All right. So Thiem starts the last set serving. I would not want to be starting the last set serving. Again, I always like to receive first no matter what. I know you don't get your choice in a third set, but let's see what happens. Thiem immediately goes to the Tsitsipas backhand. Thiem is running around his backhand again and goes for the inside in up the line. Tsitsipas runs it down. Here we are, backhand to backhand again. Forehand to forehand now, and then we're back to the neutral backhand. Still neutral up the center of the court, and then Thiem just absolutely makes a ridiculous unforced error out wide. And again, I don't care. I'm not pulling for one or the other. I just told everyone that I think Thiem will win. So I could care less, honestly, at least in the grand scheme of things. But I'm going to pull for Thiem only because we made friendly bets. How about that? All right, here we go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Thiem. Let's get down. Come on. Play this young buck. I know you're young too. So here we go, Thiem. Go to the backhand on the serve. He does. Misses a little wide. So Dominic Thiem will get a second serve here. So serving at love 15, second serve, last set. Here we go. Thiem serves. Gives him just a kind of a pushed first or push second serve. So here we are in the backhand to backhand rally. Thiem gets his first look at the forehand, takes it, comes in behind it with a good approach. Tsitsipas runs it down low, and Thiem ends it with a really good looking overhead. He almost missed that overhead wide, though. He really almost missed that overhead wide. Even Tsitsipas is looking at that one. So it's 15 all here in the third set. You can tell both these guys are well coached, by the way. I know that Tsitsipas is with Maratiglu and his father, and I don't recall right off who Thiem's coach is. Maybe someone can mention that. But they're both coached in a sense to don't lure yourself into these long, drawn-out backhand slice rallies, because you can see that they begin to get into that scenario. They the point's neutral, and before you know it, they're both backhand to backhand. And if you're watching, say, Federer and Thiem play, you'll see so many of those backhand slice to backhand slice, and sometimes for 15 or 20 shots, especially like Dimitrov. If you watch like Dimitrov and Federer play, and they'll just be chipping slices all day until someone finally gets the guts to drill it up the line. But that you can tell that neither player is wanting to get into that typical backhand to backhand rally that most one-handers playing another one-hander will get themselves into. So good coaching by both of their coaches to stay out of that dichotomy there. All right, so it's 30 all. Thiem serving in the deciding set. This is not a good time for a break. I don't think Tsitsipas has been broken the entire match. Let's see. Tsitsipas wins. I have been from the beginning. Still think Tsitsipas. Okay. So I don't think Tsitsipas has been broken. If I recall correctly, I think Thiem has been broken twice. So right now, Thiem does not want to get broken. So second serve up the tee. Here we go, backhand to backhand once again. So now we are finding some backhand to backhand rallies. Thiem gets the first look at the inside out forehand, takes it at the line. Not good enough. Tsitsipas gets it back. Here we're going to find ourselves backhand to backhand again. Yep, here we go, backhand to backhand. Thiem takes a neutral backhand, doesn't do enough with it. So Tsitsipas on the run. A good net play and a great ending volley by Tsitsipas. Great court positioning, great anticipation by Tsitsipas there. Fist pump to boot, break point for Tsitsipas right here. So this is a really important point. Based upon the trajectory of this match, this could be, in essence, a match point for Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas can take this break point right here, the first break point of the third set. This is a deflation type point right here. This is deflating if Thiem loses this point. If he loses this point, it could very well be a match point in essence. So here we go, 30-40, break point. Ball in. Thiem goes wide to the Tsitsipas backhand. Nice neutral ball hit by Tsitsipas to get the point back on square one. And a nice forced error by Thiem to make it deuce. So Thiem survives a break point there, and we're deuce serving at 0-0 in the third set. Oh man, I just realized that this has been going 2 hours and 18 minutes. That's a long match for 2 out of 3 sets. Well, I've been doing this. The match count is 1 hour and 41 minute clock behind the match. All right, so here we go. Dominic Thiem serving a deuce. First serve. He goes to the Tsitsipas backhand. We're in a neutral point. We're sliding over to the backhand rally. No one's pulled out the slices yet. We're still top spin to top spin. Tsitsipas steps around his backhand, not once but twice, to the Thiem backhand. So again, Tsitsipas has found the ability to repeatedly go at the Thiem backhand. Thiem has stepped around it a couple of times and just doesn't do enough with that inside in ball, and more like an inside, instead of inside in up the line, he's going like inside neutral, which gives Tsitsipas another sitter forehand to go back to the Thiem backhand again, which is what just happened. So Tsitsipas has another break point. So right now, Thiem, second break point of this game, first serve coming, Thiem serving it out. Here we go. First serve look. Up the tee, looks pretty good. They're both challenging the call, both in or out. So it looked good to me, but I'm blind as a bat, especially with these contacts. So let's see what happens here. It was out by a hair. Wildlife One says Thiem has made more mistakes today, both tactically and just missed shots. To me, that's where a good low slice ball can get you out of that rally. I agree. Keeping a low slice that's what I've said. Let's start working the backhand slice a little bit. No player's really done that. Thiem's consistently running around his backhand, pull the inside in forehand up the line. Good shot, and Tsitsipas has the forced return error off of that. So Thiem holds to go up 1-0 to start the third set. So good news there for Thiem. Hey, Jonathan, will you fill it up for me? I didn't expect. I thought the internet connection would be better, or would have gone out by now after 2 hours. So, wait a minute. I thought Thiem just won that game. What happened there? Okay, so if someone was watching, I just threw him off with that one. Okay, his serve was good. I see that. Okay, yeah, it's game. So Thiem won the first game. Wait a minute. Hold on. What did I just miss there? Thiem still serving. So no, that was deuce. It wasn't add in or add out. Now it's add in. So sorry, I got off on the score there. I lost focus there for a second. So Thiem is serving it add in now at 0-0. Thiem with a nice serve up the tee, and he gets an errant return. Thiem goes up 1-0 in the third set. Sorry about that, but I've got the children's behind me. Let's go, Thiem. Who's on the Thiem bandwagon with me today? Again, I don't care moving forward, but in this match, I think a lot of us that have been doing this for the past 2 hours and 21 minutes, most of you have chosen Tsitsipas, but myself and Adam Lejungstrom have picked Thiem. So Adam and I are on the same squad. We're on the same tag team. Let's go, Adam. Let's go. Come on. All right. So the question is if Adam and I win this and Thiem wins, how are we paying these bets? I know when the Australian Open comes and we are doing our fantasy teams and tennis racket giveaways, you guys better be ready. All right, so Tsitsipas serves beautiful kicker out wide. Thiem lunges at it, can't get his racket on it. So a really well-placed serve by Stefanos. So Tsitsipas has a 15-love lead here at serving at 0-1 in the third deciding set. Ball in, Tsitsipas with a well-struck serve to the Thiem backhand. Thiem does his best to get a racket on it and misses that return into the net. So 30-love Tsitsipas. So here we go. Thiem down for the return, really low. Tsitsipas gets a step around the backhand for the easy inside out, and then takes the forehand up the line, and Thiem nowhere close to getting to that. So Tsitsipas holding serve at will. What's going on, Martin Charlatan? Tsitsipas has a beautiful backhand like Federer. That's why I'm for Tsitsipas. Sorry for my bad English. No worries, Martin. Welcome to this broadcast. Again, my wife and I normally don't do this live aspect of it, but because I blew out my knee, I haven't seen the name Martin before, but because I blew out my knee, I'm down on court coaching with her, so I decided this past tournament to kind of just turn the computer on and kind of have fun with some play-by-play analysis. The last time we did play-by-play was when I was a kid. My dad used to make me do play-by-play with him on the phone. He was in the Navy. He was a flight surgeon in the Navy. So he would call me and just be like, hey, let's do play-by-play because I can't get the match. So kind of fun to do it, but normally I wouldn't have the time to do it because my wife and I are always coaching. Because of an injury, I'm here. But I agree with you. As earlier in this broadcast, someone was asking who has the better one-handed backhand, and the lot of us said Tsitsipas. Why? Because Thiem tends to jump at his, and Tsitsipas tends to stay down. All right, so it is 1-1. Tsitsipas held easily in his first service game of the third set. Tsitsipas also just won the first point of Thiem's service game. So right now, Thiem is down in a little hole, not quite a big hole, at love 15 on his second service game of the final and deciding set. Thiem is all over the place currently, unforced error-wise, and has been since the second. So Thiem serving a love 15, first serve in, flips the tape, goes way wide. So Thiem already looking at love 15 and the second serve. So here we go. TM second serve, double faulted. Oh man, I tell you what, TM has looked quite vulnerable since very early on in the second set. The first set, he was picking his serve placements well. Tsitsipas backhand first, Tsitsipas body second. Now his serve placement has kind of moved all over the place. So I don't know what's going on in the TM head right now. I don't know what's transpiring there. But the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, hasn't worked really well for TM here. So first serve and Tsitsipas takes a stab at it, gets a decent return though. TM with the dropper and TM with a blistering overhead at the body of Tsitsipas. It comes near the feet, too good. And TM now is serving at 15-30. So he's dug out of the hole a little bit, but he is still in somewhat of a hole. So we'll see what happens. Wild Lad 1 says, I want TM to win. I think Tsitsipas will win. How has this happened? What is he thinking? That's a great process. I mean, a great thought process, Wild Lad 1. I mean, he had all his ducks in a row in the first set, and he fixed something that wasn't broken, and now he's being broken because of it. Point ongoing, neutral point. I think TM just hit another ball long, and if that is correct, it is now, yep, it is long. So TM is now serving at 15-40, double break point against him in the third game of the deciding set. So right now, again, 15-40, TM serving. What can he do? Can he break it back to deuce, or will this match end relatively quickly? Tsitsipas, or excuse me, TM serve missed by a mile wide. He was still going to the Tsitsipas forehand. Again, I don't know why he's not serving up that tee into the deuce court and go to his backhand. He did it on the second serve, and he gets another one. So TM will get another second serve here. So he served to the backhand on that second. I would do it again. See if he does it. He serves to the backhand again, gives him another backhand neutral point. TM goes for the +1, misses the +1, at least of its aim. Oh, wait a minute. TM just won the point, but Tsitsipas just went down. Is Tsitsipas okay? Looks like he's all right. A little bit of a limp there, but Tsitsipas is one of those kind of sliding guys, kind of like Djokovic. When I watch Djokovic sliding on the hard courts, it sometimes makes my brain just want to like, oh my gosh, how these guys slide on these. Oh, that looked like a knee tweak right there. That little tweak that Tsitsipas just took reminds me of how great it is to be young, because I took a tweak like that when I blew out my knee, and my knee was split in half. Nice serve by TM out wide to the Tsitsipas backhand, a little bit deep. So TM will get another look at a second serve. Second serve going to the Tsitsipas backhand. TM goes for the outright winner up the line and hits it into the net, and Tsitsipas with the early break. Oh my! Is that match point? Is that match point at basically 2-1 in the third? Has Tsitsipas been broken this entire match at this point? I don't think so. I don't think Tsitsipas has been broken this entire match. So for Tsitsipas to come out with a break very early in the third set and to have decisively won the second set, I don't know what's going down in the TM head. Is TM tired? Has TM become so weary after such a long season that he can't go back to what was working in the first set? Again, so many times in this life that I live with, or that we live with kids and playing sports or coaching or whatever, the saying, if it isn't broke, in the South where we live, most people say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So again, look at the first set. TM serves. The first serves were kickers out wide to the Tsitsipas backhand, and then the second serve was a safer volley or safer serve to the body. I don't know why I said volley, but safer serve to the body. And then the second set, he got away from that, and again he's gotten away from that in the third set. So I don't know. I think this might change pretty quickly into the Tsitsipas favor now. Tsitsipas does not look like he wants to carry on 25-ball rallies from the baseline. TM likes to do that. This isn't clay. The ball's not going to slow down for them if rain or whatever comes. There's a roof. So TM needs to adjust back to the first set basics relatively quickly. So let's see what happens. Wildlife one says, I'm painting with a broad brush, but this is a perfect example of why a younger player hasn't dethroned the big three for so many years. No mental consistency. I agree with that totally. So again, Thiem's plan would work. He won the first set doing it and has not gone back to it since. Tsitsipas first serve goes wide to the Thiem forehand. Too good. It's 15 love. Tsitsipas, the serve was too good. So Tsitsipas serving now up 2-1, 15 love in the third. Nice placement serve up the tee. Thiem does his best to get a racket on it and a return long. So two serves, too good. Great shots. Thiem can't be upset about that. Just too good. So Thiem serving up, or excuse me, Tsitsipas serving up 2-1, 30 love. Another good serve to the backhand. Running Thiem to the backhand. Here we go, backhand to backhand. And then Thiem goes for the top spin backhand again and misses it way wide. Again, here, Thiem is now, every time that Tsitsipas is pushing, so if they're neutral, Tsitsipas is getting Thiem to his backhand side early. Instead of Thiem now changing it to a slice pattern, he's still hitting the top spin, and his top spin ball all match has been very inconsistent. So right now, if I'm Thiem's coach, I'm wondering what in the heck is going on with Thiem's thought process. Is Thiem aggravated? Did Thiem get some random text message when he was taking a bathroom break from his girlfriend that cheated on him or something? Because something's going down with Thiem's mental process. Thiem's backhand, the one-hander topspin up the line has been a low percentage all match long, and he's tried to pull it now for the past 3 games of this third set. He's tried at least one or two in every game, and all of them he has missed. Wildlife one just said it perfectly right here. Thiem's up the line backhand is missing in action today. I just said that. Wildlife one, same brainwave. If it doesn't work, then move to something else. If it does work, then stick with it. And he's done absolutely backwards with that. So here we are, backhand to backhand rally. Thiem steps around the backhand, hits the inside out forehand, steps around another backhand with an inside and forehand, and Thiem actually won the point on that one. But if you think about it, the first set, Thiem is staying cross court to cross court, off the backhand wing, not putting too much on it, staying a little bit more patient, and then stepping around, taking the inside and forehand up the line. The last 2 sets, Thiem has stayed down on the backhand, going up the line instead of stepping around, and he's missed a lot of them. So I don't know why he changed things up for the worse. A nice approach shot here by Thiem moving forward. So Thiem just wins the point. So I'm getting off of the play-by-play kind of topic by breaking down kind of what Thiem's doing. But sorry, we coach for a living, so I'm just used to doing that. Anyway, but back to the score. So Thiem is up 30 love here, serving in the deciding set, down 1-3. Let's see what he does with this. I would go here to the backhand again. He goes instead and gives Tsitsipas a sitter forehand, and Tsitsipas swats that one into the net. I can assure you that Tsitsipas wish he had that one back. That was a sitter serve, just absolutely stupid placement by Thiem. Thiem is just asking for issues moving forward if he continues to give Tsitsipas these sitter forehand serves. So Thiem up the tee, misses it a little bit long. Thiem is serving at 40 love here in the third set, down 1-3. So 40 love, second serve, down 1-3. Thiem serves up the tee to the Tsitsipas forehand, and somehow, some way, Thiem tries to get cute with his Nadal-looking forehand that I wouldn't advise anybody to do, and kicks one to the ceiling of the O2 dome. So really, look, and if you looked at that, so we always say when you hit, keep your mind down, keep your eyes on ball, and all the way through contact. They just showed a replay of Thiem hitting, and before he even hit, he was already looking, and he missed it. Here he goes. Thiem serving at 40-15. A nice serve up the tee to the Tsitsipas backhand, clips it off the tape, gives Tsitsipas a short ball. Tsitsipas takes the ball easy for the winner. So right now, Thiem is serving at 40-30. So Thiem was up here 40 love, and now Thiem is now serving at 40-30. So another a little dicey service game here for Thiem. Here we go. Thiem serving at 40-30. What's he going to do? I would go out wide to the backhand here. He goes up the tee, but misses it wide. Was that if I was Tsitsipas, and Tsitsipas does. If it was good, then it's Thiem's game, but it did look a little wide. But we'll see here what happens here on this one. Is it wide or is it good? It was on the line. Again, I'm blind as a bat. So Thiem wins. Thiem wins the game here. So it is 3-2. Tsitsipas is up a break, and they're changing sides. So let's check out a comment real quick. Wildlife One, I love to watch Federer keep his eyes and head down on the ground strokes. This is the best example, in my opinion. Stefan Edberg did it lovely as well. But yes, Thiem, I don't know how the most of you watch these matches. I'm not sure how that works kind of internationally. So pardon me for being naive on that. But the way I'm watching it, they just showed a kind of a slow motion of Thiem's last shank. That wasn't even near close to being in the court. So when we have ball and we have racket, okay, we want to actually watch the ball through contact. Let me actually do it this way. So we want to watch the ball, keep eyes down on the ball through contact, keep our head down, and then worry about where the ball is going. When I was younger, my father used to have a name for this, and there wasn't a good name. The name was ball marveler. Like the name marveler. Do you understand what I'm saying? If that doesn't translate out right, if you're someone that marvels at how good something is that you do, who needs it? Don't marvel at how beautiful your picture is that you think you painted. So the metaphor here is when you play tennis, don't marvel at your shot, because if you're lifting your head up early and you're looking to see where your balls goes, or if you're looking to see if it's the winner and you're marveling at how good your shot may or may not be, well, that means you lifted your head up too early. If you lift your head up too early, more than likely you've missed the sweet spot of your racket, that leads to unforced errors. And also, if you're marveling at your shot, we tend to get lost in our mental toughness on court. So if we lift our head up, we tend to call those people ball marvelers. Who needs a ball marveler? Sounds like a superhero. Don't be the superhero ball marveler, because no one needs it. Don't stare at your shots. Recover, get back in position. The linesman will call it out. All right, so Tsitsipas now in a neutral rally with Thiem, and Tsitsipas actually just misses a forehand wide. So Thiem has an early little hole digging here, and Tsitsipas is serving now at love 15, up 3-2, and the final and deciding set. But remember that any players out there, whether young, old, league players, whatever, don't watch where your ball goes. Hit the ball, keep your head down, recover, and let your opponent or someone else call the ball in or out. Don't marvel at your shots. Don't look at your shots. Don't drool over your shots. Take your shot, hit the shot, pay attention to your footwork, pay attention to court position, get back into a neutral position, and get ready. If it's out, someone will call it for you, I can promise you. So Tsitsipas, just missed his first serve very long. So Thiem has an opportunity here to be aggressive on the Tsitsipas second serve. Nice body shot. Thiem jumps at the backhand once again, as always. So here we are, neutral point. Thiem backhand, Tsitsipas backhand, backhand, backhand. So here we are, backhand. Tsitsipas runs around the backhand, and Thiem missed the shot prior to that, though. So another unforced error by Dominic Thiem. One thing that Dominic Thiem should do, though, is right now at this point in time, he's hitting return of serves from way behind the baseline. He should come up, catch that ball a little bit earlier, take some time away from Tsitsipas, put him on edge a little bit, and get a little bit more aggressive here. So Thiem now is running laterally everywhere. Thiem, though, just actually was lucky enough to receive a really bad unforced error. So this is two unforced errors by Tsitsipas off the forehand wing. So here's Patrick Mouratoglou once again, that we have to lap up that picture. Like, man, every time I look at the screen, I got to look at this guy and his beautiful shirt and his beautiful beard, like Fabio Fognini, and his beautiful, perfectly combed hair. It's like, geez, spare me the Patrick Mouratoglou. Just let me watch the match. All right, so Tsitsipas serving at 15-30, first serve long. So here we go. So Dominic Thiem gets another look at a second serve, neutral point, backhand to backhand right off the bat. Here we go. So now we're starting to get into some of your typical passive type play. So we're backhand to backhand. Tsitsipas gets his first forehand. Thiem running on defense. Tsitsipas doesn't do enough with the pass and hits it long. So we've got a double break point. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Again, not that I'm hating on Tsitsipas. It's just that I called Thiem to win. I like Tsitsipas a lot. Actually, I like Tsitsipas more than I like Thiem in the first place. So don't read me wrong about that. Wildlife One says broken record. SMH. I'm not sure what that means. Thiem keeps missing backhands. Where is the slice? I agree. When you're missing and missing and missing, go to the slice. And sometimes even if you're not missing, if you're playing with an opponent that likes power, give them the slice. Thiem has not done that. So Tsitsipas serving. Here we go. We are on a neutral point. Thiem with an unforced error long. He kicks it with his foot out of frustration, and you should, because Thiem is like an unforced error machine since early in the second set. All right, so Thiem right now has his second breakpoint opportunity, and he really needs to take advantage of this breakpoint. He really has to take advantage of this breakpoint. So let's see it. Let's see what Thiem does here with this second breakpoint opportunity. Tsitsipas with the first serve in the net, about 6 inches below the tapes. Tsitsipas lines up for his second serve. Breakpoint again for Thiem. Thiem hits it to the Tsitsipas backhand. Tsitsipas hits it wide, and Thiem breaks. Let's go. And again, I like Tsitsipas more than Thiem. Again, I'm just rooting for Thiem to win. Remember that. I definitely think Tsitsipas has a prettier game. I definitely think moving forward in the future that Tsitsipas and Thiem will be at the top of the game. But I think eventually Tsitsipas will own Thiem unless it's on clay. Thiem can really fight with you all day long from behind the baseline. He can run down balls all day. Look at the guy's butt. I mean, he's put a lot of work. Look at the dude's butt. I mean, he's got butt muscles. He's been running. Again, on clay, I would lean towards Thiem moving forward, but later on in the career, that is. But again, now I question if Tsitsipas can stay mentally mature the whole way through. So we're about to find out. So it's 3-3, third set, Thiem serving. So we're on serve now. We are backhand to backhand. Actually, Thiem ran around his last backhand, gave the inside out forehand to Tsitsipas, and Tsitsipas missed his backhand return long for that. All right, so here we go. So Thiem now serving at 15 love. So here we go. Thiem, I suggest you go back to the original playbook and go wide to the backhand here in the ad court. He went up the tee and missed it. Go wide here. You're not using the body serve anymore. Go out wide to the backhand on this second. Place it in the corner. He went to body. That's okay. He's got a short ball, but gives Tsitsipas a neutral ball in return. You can't do that. He had the short ball, and he gave him a neutral ball right back. So here we are. We're playing neutral up the center of the court. Tsitsipas Thiem pulls off the one-hander up the line. First time I've seen that work, like, since the first set. Let's go. Beautiful one-hander up the line. Went from the proverbial backhand to backhand pattern, and finally Thiem struck the one-hander up the line. He fell away from his shot a little bit. In other words, hit it and kind of leaned away, which could have been risky, but he pulled it off. Let's go. There it is. Wildlife One. What's up? There is the backhand. Let's go. Here we go. Thiem knows it. Now, can he understand that his backhand just worked and maybe to try it again? Or is his backhand so inconsistent? Do you stay away from the backhand? Do you still stay away from it? I still would like to find the slice here. Still, he needs to find the slice. Take the power away. Give him some change up. Go wide to the backhand here on this serve. First serve coming. He goes wide to the backhand. Steps in on the short ball and takes it. Oh, but he didn't do enough with it. But he missed it wide. Let's go! There you go. Let's go. Beautifully done. So just like the first set, Thiem served wide on the first serve into the ad court to the Tsitsipas backhand. Why is this even an important thing? So think about this. Here's the court. Again, this is always the net up here. And this is the baseline where my thumbs are. So if my opponent is over here into the ad court and they are a right-handed player, that means their backhand is way over here in the double sideline area, right? So if I'm serving and I serve out with some kick and some spin and I put it in the corner, that means it's bouncing off the court even farther. So let's say my opponent's like, here's the court. Let's say my opponent's like down here somewhere. I don't know how to do this right with the camera, but he's like way over here. So if I can serve and bounce the ball in that corner and draw my opponent further off the court to the backhand side, they have two options as a one-hander. Well, really, two options if you're two-hander or one-hander. It doesn't really matter. You can get out there at it and just hack it back into the court and just hopefully it goes in so your opponent can hit a second ball. Or you get the high slice, which is basically a hack in of itself. And generally that shot is going cross court. So from the trained player that's serving, so Thiem in this sense, if you serve it wide to the backhand and you execute that placement, you're drawing your opponent off of the court, which you can just basically assure that there's going to be some type of cross court hacking shot coming across. So if you can step closer, so the serve takes it the placement out wide. Now the opponent's way out wide, retrieving the ball down and just going to throw up a prayer. Generally, it's a soft kind of push return. So if you can come in behind that, anticipate it, and then boom, step in and take it, then that's what you're trying to do. And that's what Thiem just did. And that's what Thiem did in the first set, but he got away from that. Now he's doing it again. What happens? Tsitsipas serving first, or excuse me, at 3-4, first serve into the net. This would be a really big game right here for Thiem to win. And I see that Adam is excited out here. Thiem wins. Let's go. And I see that Wildlife One has changed his mind that Tsitsipas has the what's the word for it? The momentum. Yeah, he just put it there. I would say that the momentum is shifted. I think that Thiem has just finally woken up again, and here we are back on serve. But Tsitsipas serving at 15 love. Second serve, though, and the deciding set here. So second serve, Thiem runs around the backhand, takes a half volley off the foot deep at the baseline, Thiem does. Now we're still neutral. Tsitsipas gets a let cord or a net cord. Thiem comes in for the beautiful short ball, anticipation and read, and wins the point. So here we are at 15 all. Thiem, if Thiem could win this game right here, then Thiem would be a really, 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 really happy camper. That I can promise you. So Thiem has found his backhand here in the last game. Thiem has found his serving rhythm that he lost for a little while going to the Tsitsipas backhand. If Thiem can get a crack at this game, get a good look here in this game, then we have a good thing going on for Thiem. So here we are, backhand. Tsitsipas pulls the backhand one-hander up the line and gave Thiem a dose of his own medicine from the last game. Tsitsipas pulls the backhand one-hander up the line in a beautiful way, stayed down, hit it a little bit off the back foot, but nonetheless stayed down, ripped through the ball, and then smack, bam, right through it. Absolute beautiful right there. Love it. One of the most beautiful things in the world. Pretty girls and one-handed backhands hit right. Man. All right, here we go. So point going. It is 30-15. Thiem with the dropper. Not enough done with it. And Thiem misses the backhand pass down the line wide. So Thiem found his backhand on the last game, but and one earlier backhand in this game, but just misses the proverbial one-hander pass down the line 2 feet wide to the left. All right, Tsitsipas serving at 40-15. So he has double game point here. Let's see what he can do with it. Serve out wide to the Thiem forehand is wide. And Tsitsipas will get ready for his second serve body. Thiem adjusts fine to it. So we're backhand to forehand neutral. Was that wide? I think Tsitsipas just hit a forehand wide again. So in today's match, Tsitsipas has missed quite a few forehands wide. So I would like to see the amount of unforced errors on the forehand wing. I would think that Tsitsipas has more forehands erred than Thiem does, but Thiem has really filled the bucket up with backhand unforced errors. So Tsitsipas serves to the Thiem forehand. We have a point in play. Backhand to backhand, backhand to backhand, Tsitsipas backhand to backhand. Thiem steps around the backhand, goes for the inside in, left his court exposed, and Tsitsipas rips the cross court winner. That is the absolute reason why you can't be a great player. I mean, you cannot be a great player if every time you are running into your ad court, if you're a right-handed player and you are running around your backhand. Look, if you're playing 2 out of 3 sets, much less 3 out of 5. And you add up all the steps it takes to run further around the backhand to hit the forehand, and you add up all those steps throughout the entire match. How many more steps have you taken, especially in the best of 5? Think about that. Think about that. All right, serving at 4-4 is Thiem. Thiem serves wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Great placement. Great serve, too good. So think about that. If the entire match, your goal is to limit energy expenditure, right? Let me limit how much energy I'm putting into the match. If every time I'm running to my left, I'm running extra steps to my left more than my opponent because I'm running around my backhand and thus leaving my court exposed on my other wing, it adds up over time and it takes its toll. So Thiem serving at 15 love at 4-4. Beautiful serve up the tee. The +1, well done. So Thiem serves out wide. He gets the proverbial short ball that you can always expect on that serve out wide. And Thiem closes and puts the serve +1 away. Yeah, so Wildlife One agrees. Well said about running around the backhand. Again, when we're playing long matches, 2 out of 3 sets or 3 out of 5, you have to think about it as a marathon and footsteps adding up. So the more we run around our backhand, we are adding more footsteps onto our energy, onto our knees, onto our body. The more footsteps we take, the quicker that we get tired. So the more running around, the more disastrous it tends to be. So Thiem serving at 30 love. Nice backhand neutral winner, though, like they say in doubles, up the middle solves the riddle. Sometimes when you have your opponent moving and guessing, the best shot is right at them neutral for the good old neutral winner. So down the middle solve the riddle right there. So Thiem is serving at 40 love in the deciding set at 4-4. So this has been a really good match, 2 hours and 14 minutes into the match and 2 hours and 51 minutes into the broadcast. I can't believe my internet's still clear. Hopefully it's clear. But yeah, that's a big no-no is running around your backhand all day long. You can't do it. When you're watching a match play, like if I'm at a tournament with some of my older boys or any of our students and I'm watching them play and I'm scoping out their opponents, I'm watching their opponents' matches as they play them and I see them always running around their shots. I'm always like, just keep hitting to their backhand, make their legs tired, make their legs cramp, keep hitting to the backhand, keep hitting to the backhand. Wait for them to run around it. When you see them start to retreat around their shot, take the shot right at them, go back at them, and then come in behind that shot. Again, if you're backpedaling, you have to backpedal around your backhand. If you're backpedaling, you're on your heels, literally. As long as that, when your opponent is backpedaling around their shot, if they give you any type of neutral ball back and you take that shot and really put some gusto on it, going the other way, there's no way they're going to get to it. All right, here we go. So Thiem serving at 40-15, point going. It's neutral. Thiem with a really good inside-out forehand, steps in behind the short ball and takes it. So Thiem holds right here. Let's go. Thiem is up 5-4 now in the deciding set. So how does this last game at 4-5 unfold? Can Thiem stay calm and collected here on this service game? Can he? I hope so. Again, I know Tsitsipas has had a lot of great wins over a lot of top players, and that's wonderful for him. But one thing Tsitsipas must do is remain cool, calm, and collected. And that's one of the only reasons why I have signed on to the Thiem bandwagon, or Thiem, but the Tsitsipas bandwagon at this point. I know he's a great player. I know he is one of the best on tour right now. But before he becomes a great player, he has to learn calmness. He has to learn patience. He has to learn how to control the spasticness. He has to learn how to stay in the moment and just stick with the process. Stick with the process. Stay calm. Keep your placement. Keep your cool, and stick with the process. Can he do that? Serving at 4-5 in the third set. We'll see. Hitchhiker. It's 2 a.m. in the morning. You're in India? And I'm feeling ginger ale and orange juice all over my shirt. All right. So what's going to happen here? Are we going to go to a tiebreak third set? Or is this going to be a 6-4 Thiem third? So I'm pulling for Hitchhiker here. He's been watching this for 2 hours and 54 minutes in India. He wants someone to win quick. I don't blame you. So appreciate you watching, by the way. But Hitchhiker, be ready for after this tournament. I don't know when Parla and I will do another show. We will do one. But please remember that we will start our pre-Australian Open discussions for our normal shows soon. We'll talk about the fantasy teams that we do prize giveaways for and the tennis racket that we'll be giving away. All right, so first point, Tsitsipas' service game. Tsitsipas with a nice ace up the tee. Too good for Thiem to do anything with. So Tsitsipas is up 15 love, serving. Tsitsipas first serve at 15 love in the net. Second serve coming. Tsitsipas second serve, good body shot. Thiem jumped once again in his backhand. Jumped. Look at that. If you're able to see this, and you can go to 4-5 in the third set with Tsitsipas serving at 15 love, and watch the second serve return that Thiem got. He jumped up and hit his backhand. What happened? It went long. Same reason why I can't buy on the Thiem is the same reason why I can't buy on to Denis Shapovalov. I was about to say Ashe Aliassime. I think about Ashe Aliassime a lot. I think he's a fine player. But Denis Shapovalov is another one-hander that jumps, and it just costs him dearly. So here we go. Tsitsipas up 40 love. Thiem with a nice return deep. Missed it by a bit, so that makes it 5-5. So here we are at 5-5 in the third set. Sorry, Hitchhiker, no one won it quick. Hopefully you don't have to work in the morning. If it's 2 a.m. there in India, I don't know what time you are going to be up and at 'em. So while Live One out there, is this stream still clear? Is it lagged behind as it normally has? Why I'd ever do this in the first place? All right, so Dominic Thiem serving at 5-5 in the deciding set. What does he do? He goes wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. He's got the opportunity for the +1 and takes it. Let's go. Wild Live One says, what percentage of Thiem's jump backhands have went out? It feels close to 50-50 today. That's what I'm saying. When Carla and I first started doing our normal, thank you, all good, I see it. Let's go! Exactly right, Adam. But when Carla and I first started doing this show a year and a half ago, not this show, because I normally don't do this live feed thing. I don't have the time to do it. When my leg's not really bad, messed up, and have a ruptured patellar tendon, I'm not sitting here. So this won't be a permanent thing, I can assure you. I'd rather be out on the court. But we started this show not terribly long ago. Thiem just double faulted, by the way, up 15 love, and now it's 15 all after double fault. But we would always used to tell people, that we start the show and people would be like, well, Denis Shapovalov, he'll be the next best thing, or Thiem will be the next best thing. And we would tell people, you're crazy. There's no way, because they still jump at their shots and they jump down our throats. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm glad Wild Live One sees what we've been talking about. So here's a point here, and sorry, I was going to start talking coaching again. Coaching is what I do. So a lot of times my mind goes away from matches in progress because, again, at one point in my life, I went away from competitive playing and got really into coaching and equally as passionate about it. But when you have a player that is supposed to be the best of the best eventually, and this player has been around for a bit of time, and they are still jumping before they hit at their ground strokes, to me, there's a big problem with that or their coaching staff. Tsitsipas does not do that. That's why I think Tsitsipas will end up being a much more successful player than Thiem. Thiem, by the way, just won that last point. So Thiem is serving at 40-15, so double game point for Thiem, serving at 5-5 in the third. But you can't expect to have a high consistency level if you're always jumping and hitting your ball. Shapovalov does it with the one-hander. Thiem does it with the one-hander. So unless those guys learn to stay down, then everyone is going to continue to pick on the backhand, and ultimately it's going to hurt you. So Thiem just serve, clean ace, like up the tee. Thiem's up 6-5. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Hitchhiker says, is a technique really a bad technique if you are world number 5 with that technique? Okay, so that's really a good statement, Hitchhiker. And let me try to put this into perspective. I get it, you're top 5 in the world, but you're not getting above the big 3. So yes, you can become top 5 in the world playing a bunch of other erratic players that can't quite stay in that same area for very long as it seems. I mean, Thiem's kind of been up there for a little while now, but outside of that, it's kind of like an ebb and flow, right? It's kind of like, you got Zverev that's been to what, 6 or 7, and then to 15 or worse, and then back up. I mean, look at Dimitrov and da 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 da. Dimitrov has been a jumper at the backhand. There's so many jumpers at their ground strokes, but they don't get above the top three. Uh, and again, when you're playing at the very highest level, and you at least have good coaching under your belt, a coach, a good coach will be writing down notes of their player on the sidelines during a match. Hands down, I do it anytime my students are playing or my boys are playing or anyone's playing. I'm writing notes, not with the tablet, cell phone. Forget all that. I want a pen and paper, and I'm writing down notes. If I see, if I'm studying an opponent of my boys or a student, and I'm scouting out the opponent, and I see that opponent even jump once or twice at that backhand. See, the forehand, you can get away from it because the hitting arm is behind you. It's trailing behind you. Okay, so I'm a right-handed player. If the ball is here, my hitting arm is behind me. So my racket is behind me a bit. So if I jump, I can kind of adjust that a little bit as my racket comes around. On the backhand side, my hitting arm is in front of me. So my distance from impact from the shoulder aspect moving forward is a little bit less. I don't have any adjustment time because my hitting arm is in front of me. So if I jump and my mind is on target, and especially at the one-handed backhand, here's ball, here I jump. My racket is always going to jump above my predisposed bullseye. So it's hard for my sweet spot to stay on target if I jump at it. I don't know how to say it any better or worse. But there's no way that anyone that jumps at their backhand is going to compete with Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, because they're too well trained and too patient to keep putting it there until their opponent jumps at it. Once again, Thiem misses, and sorry, I'll get back to play by play. But right now, it is 15 all. Tsitsipas serving at 5-6. So really, right now at this point, Dominic Thiem is 3 points away from the match. However, it is Stefanos Tsitsipas' serve. So we'll see what Tsitsipas can do here. And I'll play by play this one out. So 15 all, Tsitsipas serves. First serve into the net. Let's see what Tsitsipas does with this second serve. I would serve to Thiem's backhand. He's been jumping at it, and he does. He jumps at that, jumps at the slice, gives Tsitsipas a relatively short ball. Good approach shot. Tsitsipas comes in behind it. Thiem throws up the lob, and Tsitsipas with a beautiful overhead for the winner. So, I mean, Tsitsipas, he's well coached. I mean, he has his father who's been his coach throughout the entire his entire life. Tsitsipas has been a big fan of Federer since he was a boy. He has Muratoglu, Patrick, who they always defer the camera to in these matches. He's well coached, and that goes for showing right there because here he is in crunch time. He's serving to the Thiem backhand, and he serves again to the Thiem backhand there on his first serve, but missed it wide. So Tsitsipas serving 30-15, second serve in the deciding set, down 5-6. Thiem gets one that he can run around, runs around the backhand, hits the forehand, misses the cute, ugly, weird-looking forehand long. So Tsitsipas is 1 point away from a tiebreaker in the third set. Yeah, and Wild Live One says a good statement here. He says, that's an interesting point. It could be said that he's number 5 in the world in spite of that technique. I don't think it's necessarily his technique. I don't think he wants to do it. I think it's just in the thick of things you don't think, and therefore it happens. I don't think Thiem looks at a backhand and says, I'm going to jump up and hit the backhand. I think it's like a habit that needs to be broken. You know what I'm saying? So here we are, Tsitsipas second serve, ball's in play. We are forehand to forehand, and Thiem just strikes a gorgeous forehand with a really wicked angle. Too good for Tsitsipas to handle. So Tsitsipas is now serving at 40-30. Hypothetically, Thiem is 3 points away from the match. But again, it's Tsitsipas' serve, and it's on serve at 40-30. I don't, but again, if I bite my fingernails habitually, I don't. I'm just saying, do I think about it before I do it, or does it just happen? I don't think he thinks about jumping at his back end. I think it just happens. All right, so tiebreaker it is. Tsitsipas gave Thiem a relatively neutral serve to the body because of the lack of consistency on Thiem's backhand today. Thiem danced around it slightly to the forehand side. So once again, we ran around the backhand, gave it the cute Nadal looking kind of whippoorwill forehand, which again should never be emulated unless you're Nadal. and cleared it about 10 feet long. So here we go. It's tiebreaker time, everyone. Let's go. So hitchhikers should like that in India at 2 a.m. because here we go for all the marbles. Thiem begins to serve. Here we go. Tiebreaker. Ball in. Goes out wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. Tsitsipas has a forced error, I would call that. Thiem had a really good serve out to the Tsitsipas forehand, and Tsitsipas pushed his return long. So 1-0 Thiem. So I would think it would be safe to say that Thiem went away during the second set to conserve energy for this third. But let's see what happens here. So Dominic Thiem receiving first serve by Tsitsipas went wide to the Thiem backhand, too deep. So Tsitsipas second serve coming. Thiem reads it, steps around it. Forehand long on the line, picking on the Tsitsipas backhand, and Thiem misses the shot long. So here we go, another unforced error on the Thiem forehand. As I said earlier, I would really like to see a tally of forehand and backhand unforced errors as they've unfolded by both players. And that was deep too. Thiem challenged that. It's all right though. It's still on serve. No mini breaks given up yet. So here we go. 1-1 tiebreaker. Third set. Tsitsipas serving. Here we go. Beautiful serve out wide to the Thiem forehand. Thiem tracks it down as well. The forehand, then to the backhand. Tsitsipas reads it, moves forward, overhead for the winner. No mini breaks giving up now. Tsitsipas is up 2-1. All right. And then also too, while I won, if you jump at if you're hitting the ball, once you hit, you're bringing your trailing foot around so you can split step and recover. If you're setting up to hit the shot and you jump up at it, you hit it. Then you have to land on the ground with both feet, then shift the feet to a neutral position and then recover. So if you're jumping and hitting, your recovery process is much slower. You don't have happy feet on the recovery like a deer. You have heavy feet. Thiem serving wide to the Tsitsipas backhand. Good serve, neutral return. Forehand up the middle of the court. Thiem goes to Tsitsipas backhand. Now they're backhand to backhand. I think Thiem just aired another backhand long. It was. Thiem gives up the first mini break. Thiem is now serving at 1-3 in the tiebreaker. With the way that Tsitsipas has been serving, that one little mini break may have hurt Thiem and may have hurt him badly. So we'll see what happens on this one. Thiem serving at 1-3, deciding set, tiebreaker. Here we go. First serve coming. Thiem goes. Misses it a little wide. So Tsitsipas once again has a look at a second serve at 1-3. If I were Tsitsipas here with a little bit of real estate to gamble with, I'd go ahead and crunch this return. Thiem with the serve up the tee to the Tsitsipas backhand. Tsitsipas has to jam it. Thiem just jumps at the backhand again and dumps it into the net. And anyone please out there, send Thiem some type of message. Hey, there's some schmuck in Alabama that's got a busted knee that has been calling out your jumping backhand for the past year and a half. And now that he's sidelined on his old recliner, even though he wishes he was on the court, he has still managed to call out your jumping backhand for the past 3 sets. Come on, bro. Stop jumping at the backhand. Stay down. Stay down. Tsitsipas serving at 4-1, deciding set. Serve out wide to the Tsitsipas backhand. To the Thiem backhand. Thiem still jumps at it. Thiem now trading licks with Tsitsipas from the baseline. Backhand to forehand. Oh, and Tsitsipas with the little mini break gained back by an unforced error into the net. So Tsitsipas now lost one of his mini breaks, but nonetheless, he's still comfortable at 4-2 while they change sides right here. So let's see what happens here. Changing sides at 4-2. Thiem with a little hydration here. I can tell you what, the way Tsitsipas is serving, he's going to need a lot more than water for hydration to save him at this point. If someone can please tell me during this match, at some way, some point in time, how many times Thiem has jumped up and hit his one-handed backhand, ultimately to have that backhand fail miserably, I would love to know it. And I promise you they won't talk about it on any other channel or whatever because they're too busy brown-nosing every player and sitting cross-legged with their new suit on. But nonetheless, can you please tell me how many times that's happened because Thiem has beaten himself. Tsitsipas serves out wide to the Thiem forehand, misses it wide. So Thiem can break this tiebreaker back to even on serve. He's got to look at Tsitsipas as a second. What does he do with it? Steps around the backhand, hits the forehand inside in. He's got another good look at a forehand inside out. Closes on it. Let's go! Come on! Back on serve in the breaker. So what can Thiem do? I can tell you what will happen if Thiem does not take this first serve and get it in to the Tsitsipas backhand. Again, he's going to give up another mini break, and then Tsitsipas is going to serve it out. So let's see what can happen. Vamos, let's go. Thiem, serve it to the Tsitsipas backhand. Thiem, serve it to the Tsitsipas backhand. And there's Patrick Mortaglou. I got to look at him again. Jeez, might as well just get a sticker and put him on my TV. I think he would still get as much coverage as my sticker. All right, Thiem, what are we going to do? Oh, he misses the first net cord long. So here we go. Thiem is trying to get this tiebreaker back on his side and misses the first serve again. He gives Tsitsipas a neutral ball. Nice return, though. Nice return by Thiem. That's Thiem's point. It is 4-4, guys. 4-4. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Okay, love the 90 degrees from wrist to racket on the Thiem backhand there. Thiem did hit it off his back foot. When you're teaching the one-handed backhand, so you have your racket going up this way, you have wrist and hand here. It's nice to have 90 degrees from racket to wrist. So when we hit through it, when we pronate the wrist, we get a good ball strike, enabling good spin. Thiem did that beautifully on that shot. So let's see what Thiem can do here, serving at 4-4. First serve coming. Wide to the Tsitsipas forehand. He's got the opportunity for the +1. Thiem misses the ball long. Mini break here. Tsitsipas can now serve out the match right now. So if Tsitsipas can win these next 2 points, match is over, and it's on the Tsitsipas racket. What's the young man going to do? I know they're both young men, but Tsitsipas is younger. So Tsitsipas has a chance to be the 4th consecutive different winner of the ATP World Tour Finals. It doesn't matter who wins. It would be the same random winner no matter what. So Tsitsipas serving at 5-4. Misses the first serve into the net. And here goes Tsitsipas with his second serve. Here we go. Ball's in play. Neutral ball to Thiem. They're playing a little safe tennis here. Neutral to neutral. Still neutral to neutral. Forehand to backhand. Now they're backhand to backhand. Tsitsipas runs around his backhand. Hits the inside in. Thiem gets the first look up the line and misses it. It's match point for Tsitsipas. Match point for Tsitsipas. I would say this would be one of the worst matches I've watched Thiem play within the past year. Someone has got to get into his coaching group and please tell Tsitsipas to stop jumping at his backhand. You cannot jump and hit. You have to keep the feet down. Sometimes you can get away with it, but you can't keep that as a habit, Thiem. First serve going for Tsitsipas, misses it wide up the tee. This is a match point here for Tsitsipas for second serve. If not, we're back on serve. Big second serve for Tsitsipas. Ball's in play. Thiem misses the return. It's over. It's over. Tsitsipas, no need to get down on your knees and all that stuff. There's no need for that. I'm just kidding. Good job for Tsitsipas. Great win for Tsitsipas. Thiem played a shaky match. Tsitsipas played a good match, but not the best tennis either. Great match for both of them. It's been a long season for both of them. I don't know what either one of them has in terms for Davis Cup aspirations, but I hope to see them soon. Guys, I'm going to sign out. It's been a long match, but for all of you out there that have watched this, don't forget that when Carla and I start up our Australian Open, pre-Australian Open shows, we'll let out the rules for the fantasy teams and the ticket giveaways. So we've got a lot of prizes to give out. Really nice tennis racket to give out for the Australian Open. So just make sure to subscribe. Much love to all of you. Again, I'm just doing this because I'm injured. But thank you so much to all of you. It's been a great year, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Everyone out there, I got to go. But much love to all you guys, and see you guys later. Great win for both players. Thiem, stop jumping at your shots, and things will work out better for you moving forward. All right, take care, everyone. Adios. And if Carla was here, she would say adios, but I'll say it. Take care. Peace out. Vamos. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Great tournament. Had a great time. Take care.